You know when you get that feeling, that special feeling deep down in your soul? It makes you smile. It makes you happy. It makes you elated. You just want to have fun. Well, we've spewed the venom over and over again for the past few weeks, and today we're just going to have fun. You may as well call this episode, Fuck It. We're having fun. So sit back, plug in, man up, grab yourself a PBR. We have a very special interview coming today, too. You cannot wait to see this here on the Loki and Jabroni Show.
And coming at you like a sweet chin music to your face at WrestleMania, the GOAT Podcast is here again. It's Monday. We're live. We're in your face, as always. How's everybody doing out there? How you doing, man?
I am fantastic. I cannot be more fantastic right now. It's a very good fucking week. Thank you.
Look fantastic.
I feel fantastic.
How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
You doing really, really good or just pretty good?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? That's good. That's
pretty good.
I had a good week so far. We're just starting this one, so
yeah.
This is fantastic. I'm excited about this show.
It's the best way to start any week.
It's gonna. We have a very special guest coming in for everybody.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
He went through training. I heard there was a.
Was there
rigorous training? Yeah. Somebody chimed in and said he was too pussy. So yeah, I heard he went through not Green Arrows training, but Brown Arrows training, which is a couple arrows down, in case y'all don't know.
That is.
But, but
it's two steps above Brown Eye.
Yeah.
I remember that, because there was Golden Eye, Silver Eye, further down was Brown Eye.
Right.
So, yeah.
His nemesis, instead of it being Deathstroke, it's just Stroke. I don't, So,
and it begins already.
It's already starting. So we're going to start in with the what's on your mind, man.
Oh, wow. I had two things, but I'm going to go with the one that is not going to piss Ed off. I had an opportunity yesterday to go to the Station Memorial Fire Park grand opening, and it was wonderful. It's beautiful to see the families there, to see the monuments there. It really did bring a sense of peace to my soul. Had a great conversation last night with Mike Riccardi about it. He was not able to go. Work had been kicking his ass. And then yesterday he had family commitments. So we talked a little bit last night. And I sent him the pictures that I took. And he was really touched. And he wants to come on and talk about it in the future. But if you guys get a chance to go see this, I highly recommend it. We had originally thought it was Friday that was going to be the grand doodah opening. Turns out that was the private ceremony, and then Sunday was the grand doodah. We didn't stay for the whole thing. Couldn't. That's for the families. That's really cool. But for me to walk through there and see the pictures and to stand finally back on that spot for the first time in 14 years, it took a lot of that pain away for me. And I know when I talked to Mike, he asked me what it looked like. What was this? What was that? It took a lot of that pain away for him. And when he goes, we're invited. So when Mike goes, we're going to be there with him.
That sounds good to me. Just to let everybody know, I did have a fun little poll going on
God.
on Twitter. If you do not already follow me on Twitter, do it now.
All of us.
Yeah. At Portugal Viking.
At Seaburns19.
Eddie Focus.
And there you go. Very simple, guys.
Follow the show at Loki and Jabroni.
You could have had a chance to vote. I was going to do ratings, and I was going to wear my birthday suit today if we had enough votes.
Which is why I wore the blacked out sunglasses. I am afraid. I was afraid for my life, man. This is no joke.
But no, the votes came in, and it was a no, unfortunately, by one vote.
I wonder
who did that.
I mean,
no, it was me.
Oh, I voted no too.
I voted no, and it flipped. It was like even. I voted no, and that turned the tide.
I thought it was going to be like one of those old WCW computer polls where you vote the best match of the night, Dean Malenko, and the vote goes to Hulk Hogan. I was afraid to click no, thinking that he fixed it to go yes.
No, I wanted to. It is an option to do that too. It's pretty funny.
Oh God.
So, anyways,
fixthevote.com.
I have a video for you guys, which the executive producer is going to put up for you right now.
Uzcategui had been warned earlier
in the beginning, they're going to
for
pretty much
a
show
punch after
you
the bell. And then
how it
after the
escalated
eighth
to this
round,
point.
this
You'll
fought
see that
with a left hook there
I
happened
believe
right
it's
after the
Dalton.
bell that
There he
knocked
is.
out Darrell.
He ends up getting knocked down. It's a late hit. He ends up winning the fight because the other fighter gets disqualified. His uncle / trainer then goes in and proceeds to cheap shot this guy, which you will see right now in this video. And I'll tell you, it is a cheap shot from hell.
I watched this video earlier, and I could not believe
He hit him twice.
right.
He almost got him 3 if the trainer didn't get his hand in
The
there.
lack
He
of
was going.
sportsmanship. Boxing was the sweet science. Boxing, a lot like MMA, you shake hands, you do this, you do that.
Right.
This isn't professional wrestling, guys.
No. And like I look at it, you know what I'm saying? And the first thing I'm thinking is, first of all, why are you training your nephew? Is this a good idea? This isn't a good idea to have family members training family members because of emotions like this. I can understand. He probably got heated because it was a last-minute shot, and he did,
If
not
the ref doesn't step in, it's a clean shot.
What was that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale?
well,
The fighter.
The
The-
perfect example.
About Irish
yeah.
Mickey Ward.
The reason why he stepped in was the bell rang, and then he hit him afterwards. That's why he was disqualified.
Was the punch already in motion, or was
No,
the bell
no, the bell clearly
'Cause I
went
don't
off.
remember that in the
No,
video.
yeah. If you watch this longer video, you'll actually hear the bell.
Okay.
The bell does go off. It was a late hit. It was. That's why he was disqualified. At the end of the fight, he was disqualified. There was no doubt about it. And you even saw like they hug each other. There was good sportsmen. Even
So the fighters exhibited the sportsmanship, and then the uncle just fucked
the
it up for
uncle went over
everybody.
there and said, "Hey, you want to knock my fucking kid out? This is what's going to happen." You know what I'm saying? So now the problem with that is, I feel like I said, it's an issue that you're bringing too many emotions. Boxing, like you said, is a sweet science,
It's
but it's
supposed to
also
be.
a very emotional sport.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of emotions that run high in that. So to bring family members involved in that, I think you're just asking for a recipe of destruction right there.
I don't
Problem
think-
is, in some areas, like I know, in Massachusetts, it's like a family business for a lot of people.
Right.
Italians, it's a family business.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't think, and this goes back to a lot of years when Ken Griffey Sr. was managing in the bigs. He didn't want to manage his son. There's a reason for that. There is that emotional attachment, but also there is the air of potential favoritism, and that's a team sport. Boxing is more individual. If you train them, that's great. If you're the trainer, that's great. Don't stand in the corner.
Right, exactly.
Don't be the cut man. Don't be the bucket man. Don't be anything.
That's going to be up in that point.
Sit in the locker room. Watch it on a monitor. But for the love of God, those emotions run super high. I've been to boxing matches. You and I have been to the MMAs.
Oh yeah.
If anybody who's ever been, and I know it's again, we're just going to throw it in there. People get hyped up at a pro wrestling match.
Oh God, yeah, man.
Heaven forbid I watched, even if I was like 18 rows deep, if Emma ever decided to become a lady wrestler and something happened where a move got fucked up or she decided to go into MMA and she's
I'll
getting her
marry
ass
into that
whipped,
wrestling money.
I know you will, and
Yeah, you will.
you already listed her as Mrs. Eddie Focus. So, heaven forbid I would jump the cage if I thought she was getting her ass whipped. If I'm sitting at home or I'm sitting in the back, you're safe, she's safe, everything's safe. The thing about boxing and MMA is that the referees, the commissions, everything is set up so it is safe. You're not having the 1982 Ray Mancini, Kim Duck-Goo, or whatever his name was, I can't remember it, where the guy got pummeled to death. You're not going to have a situation like in the late 80s where the guy took half the padding out of his gloves, and it was basically a street fight, and he got his ass whipped, and after the match, when the referee came over to shake his hand, I'm not touching you to be weird, all he felt was knuckle. Immediately, the red flag goes up. Those are exceptions to the rule. If you're a family member, train them. That's fine. Don't get in the corner.
Like I
Do
said,
not
yeah, I
get in
think
the
there's just
corner.
way too many raw emotions to be onto something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you're just asking.
Adrian didn't like to watch Rocky.
No.
That should tell you something right there.
How can you really sit there and be like, enjoy seeing your spouse get beat up?
Yeah, Evander Holyfield's wife said it best somewhere in the mid-'90s. Have you ever been to one of your husband's fights? Nope. Don't plan on it.
Yeah.
Why? I don't want to watch my husband get punched in the face. She won't watch it on pay-per-view. They would watch the fight like 2 weeks after. Face is healed. Everything's good. Like, would you like to watch the fight? I'm sitting right here with you. Sure, I'd love to. And then they watch the fight.
And like, here's the thing too.
And
Like
whoever's Mike Tyson's raping
watching
that
them
week would watch them.
right.
Watching them beat someone else has got to be disheartening too, because part of you is just like, wow, this man is capable of some serious
Fucked up shit,
destruction.
yeah.
Or woman now
Yeah.
with the
Right.
MMA. It's like, wow,
Absolutely.
my girl is capable of killing people.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Or me. If
right.
she gets a couple fucking shots of whiskey in her, and
I
all of a
love-
sudden I tell her to make me a sandwich, and she starts right hooking me.
I love
I'm
me some-
fucking dead.
I love me some Ronda Rousey, but I don't want that woman as my woman. It would be great until I piss
I don't
her
know.
off.
I hear
and
she hits
drove
like a
me-
chick.
That was good. That was good. You got to give him that one. That was good.
I hear she collects Pokemon cards.
Does
so,
she really?
So
Well,
she
can
said.
poke my mon anytime.
Oh,
Do you want to?
man.
Do you want to reveal the big
Nah,
surprise?
I only poke winners.
Oh! And what do winners get?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles, Jimmy.
That's right.
Sprinkles.
You want sprinkles? Yes. Only winners get sprinkles. You want to reveal the big surprise about next week? I'll lead it off. We are not recording on Monday next week, guys. We are going to be live on Wednesday night rather than your usual Monday night. Happy Memorial Day ahead of time to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your families. I unfortunately will be at work until 5 o'clock. However, we are going to bring you the same awesome hilarity next Wednesday. And this guy, Mr. Loki, is going to tell you why it's going to be fucking awesome.
Well, our friends at Carner Promotions, of course, you guys know in 2 weeks, on Sunday, it's going to be
Saturday.
Or Saturday, my bad, yeah.
I'll be late. You have to keep
Yep.
him
No, I'll
there.
be there.
Keep him there.
I
Keep
shall
him there.
be there.
Keep him there.
He'll be there. He'll be there.
I don't care if you have
We're
to
gonna
knock
have
him
the
down.
That sounds a little
hysterical-
stalkerish. Give him candy. Get him in my van.
Get him in there.
Give him the milk duds.
We're going to have Bob Backlund right there at Pistol Pete's. Once again, Connor Promotions will be bringing you him. He will be on the show for a little interview upcoming for that. Don't forget, it's $35 for a signed book and picture. So, I mean, not only do you get the picture with them, but you'll get the signed autographed book. So the book itself, I think, is like $20 or something like that, right?
Give or take.
It's hardcover, right?
Yeah, it is.
I know he's got.
It's a big book.
Yeah,
too,
it's
guys.
a
This
really
isn't-
good read too. If you guys,
fantastic.
Folks, I'm bringing
read.
my Kindle for him to sign. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
You won't be able to read shit after he signs Bob Backlund on the front of it.
But I'll tell you what, it's going to be fucking fantastic. And not only you guys get to hear him on the show, but you will be able to see him live, which I'll tell you what is going to be, that's the best. That's the best part right there.
I've met him maybe 4 times, and I look forward to it like it's the first time.
And I've talked to him, like I said, a couple times now on the phone, and I'll tell you what, growing up, I really didn't catch on to him too much. I liked him, I watched him, but I wasn't a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of him, man. He's the cat's meow. This is one cool cat.
My father used to, like, when I was a kid and we'd watch wrestling, we couldn't go a day watching the Saturday morning wrestling without him bringing up Bob Backlund. He's wow, whoever it was, this guy's awesome. He's like, there's no Bob.
He's no Bob Backlund.
You know, I would hear that.
Bob Backlund was the main event in my first wrestling match I ever went to. Bob Backlund has been a staple in this area for 35 years. Lives right up the road in Glastonbury. Strange little thing is every Christmas, Angela and I go to a particular Christmas party thrown by one of the clients from the doctor's office, and I'm always told, hey, Chris, Bob's going to be there. I'm like, oh, fuck, Bob Backlund's going to be there. We stay 2-3 hours. We end up leaving. Who shows up 15 minutes later? Bob Backlund. And somebody will be like, oh, man, remember that guy I was telling you about? He was just here waiting for you. He left. I'm very sorry to hear that, and someday soon I will stand and talk to him and this and that. And now, I'm my fucking hero, Bob Backlund.
Which is awesome. I'm really glad that you get a chance, because I got, really early in our podcast career, you brought me one of mine.
Yes.
Slaughter, you know what I'm saying? So here we are at this point with the help of Connor Promotion.
Yeah.
I'm able to bring him on the show.
Absolutely.
And
Go
you're able
find-
to go see him live at Pistol
Absolutely.
Pete's, 29 Stonington Road, Norwich, Connecticut, 06360. Check him out. It's going to be fucking
Now, I know it says 6
awesome.
p.m. to 8 p.m., but since Jabroni gets out of work at 8 p.m., somebody
No, he's
going to
keep on going. If we get a pretty good thing, he said he'll stick around.
Also, guys, don't forget Party with Marty. Marty Jannetty is going to be there on August 26th.
Yeah, we got a lot. He's got a lot more people coming up too, so it's going to be fun, man. It's going to keep in touch because we will be keeping you guys informed.
Not too long ago.
The Mark Slaughter
go ahead.
interview is available on the
Is
Loki and Jabroni site.
Nice.
Nice.
It's on the back catalog. If you guys want to
Remastered?
listen to it. Yeah, I cleaned it up.
Nice.
Digitally, I know.
cleaned it
After I pieced it together.
Oh,
We'll call that the golden age.
that hurt your feelings, doesn't it?
We'll
In
call that
case
the,
you guys are
golden age.
Don't tell Jabroni.
If
He'll
you guys-
fucking fall out.
If you guys are new to the show, one of our first premiere what we thought was a very exciting interview was Mark Slaughter. We would like to get him on the show again just to do a really nice follow-up interview with him because, you know, I was fanboy mode that night.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
gonna
were.
lie. We actually called him. I think it was like 8 o'clock at night.
Yep.
We had a serious glow going on by 10. I mean, it was good times.
That was a long day.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
So long story short, everything's all set up and everything I thought was saved at this point, and we're using
It was.
Audacity.
It was saved.
Yes. We're using Audacity at the time, and the audacity of Audacity was it didn't want to save it. So I literally called Ed the next day.
Didn't
and
it save it in
said,
6-second increments?
Well,
and
no,
not in order?
no. It was
Here's
gone.
the tech speak.
It was
Here's the
gone.
tech speak. The way Audacity works when it's recording, it actually records in like less than 6-second intervals, more like 3-second intervals. And it compiles a bunch of the files together when you export it to a save file.
Exactly.
Now, the thing is, it names these files randomly. It doesn't name them 1, 2, 3, 4. So the only way we could do it was to sort it by the day and second, minute, hour, and put it together that way, bit by bit by bit
Piece
by bit.
by piece.
And to these guys'
Hours.
credit, they didn't tell me this because I worked my ass off to get this, and I'd have probably blown a gasket or murdered a bus full of children.
Right. And the
Well, not only
funniest
that,
part
I
was-
just didn't need you texting me. How's it going? How's it going? Is it all right? Is it,
Oh, I didn't.
'cause-
I wouldn't have texted. I'd have gotten in the fucking car and drove and be like, "Where you guys at? Where you guys at?" I'd have been over your shoulder and you'd be like, "Shut up!"
We need a podcast memories graphic. I'm going to work on that. But the best part
Ooh.
is, like, I didn't even realize what was going on because Loki's keeping a straight, calm face the whole time. Just
Diddly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. But that's him. It's fucking Cool Hand Luke over here.
and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I can't find it. It's gone.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. So
But
regardless,
it is there.
We salvaged everything.
It's online.
We
So
salvaged everything except
there was like
his bumper that he recorded for us.
and that was gold. That was gold. It really was. So check that out, man. It was a great interview. Check out all our interviews. Ed is doing a fucking fantastic job of literally taking our old episodes, uploading them, cleaning them up,
Clean 'em
and
up.
then putting them on there so you guys can catch up on all the episodes.
I've been working hard to try to
Yeah.
get the neighbor's dryer out of the recordings.
And they sound great. I just re-listened to. We just mentioned Mike Riccardi. I listened to him again. I listened to Jim Lawrence again.
Everything's getting run through
They sound
Logic, cleaned
fantastic.
up.
That's so awesome, too. So what's on your mind, man? Oh, by the way, real quick, not to cut you off.
No.
Bob is also selling suspenders and posters, too, which is badass. Those
Yeah,
red
it is.
suspenders. He's a suspender guy, in case y'all didn't
Yeah.
know. So
You know what? A lot of those guys back in the day were they had the suspenders, no shirt,
Yeah.
just the suspenders. They snap them right before they kick your ass.
yeah.
Yeah, and then
It
they
was like-
switched to fanny packs at some point.
Yeah, rock.
Yeah,
Hey.
Hogan.
It's not a fanny pack. That's Hogan's stomach.
Oh, is it really?
You can only lift so much when you're 70. That's why he
Nice.
switched from the yellow tights to the legs. Like,
Nice.
the varicose veins are probably getting worse.
Oh,
I
my
can't believe I'm
Lord.
tearing apart Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
There's
man.
two things you don't mess with:
Hulk Hogan.
and the Relish King.
I was about to say,
Hey,
the
Relish King.
The Relish King's about to call in and be like, brother.
We're calling you out, Relish King. You said you listened to our show, so
Yeah, where you at, bro?
where you at? We just made fun of Hogan 2 episodes.
In a row.
Yeah, in a row. It really was.
Couple good things. We're a Sling TV affiliate.
Nice.
You can go on LokiandJabroni.com and just click the link there if you're interested. If you're a cord cutter, Sling TV is great. Like if you're done with cable but you still want the channels, Sling TV offers all that. I think it's like $24.98 gets you a big package of channels, all streamed through the internet. So we're affiliate there. 4 days until the game to end all games comes out.
Yes.
You
I
guys
already
are
pre-ordered
excited,
it.
aren't you?
By the way, you can only pre-order it. You cannot get a hard copy of this disc.
right.
You can't.
Right.
Really?
I wanted it just to have a hard copy
The
of the
hard
disc.
copy's coming later. Yeah.
I will buy it just to have it, just because it is badass, dude. But yes, 4 days away from Friday the 13th. If you guys have not seen these fucking videos, oh my God, do yourself a favor. Multi-platform, PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4. It's coming out for every single one of them. Tommy Jarvis looks so fucking cool
And
in that
awesome.
fucking
I don't
game.
know if you know this. They called Tom Matthews out of retirement to record the voice.
Nice.
He does the
So
voice.
they called him in just to say, "Hey, come and get me, asshole!" You know, like
Nice.
it's gonna be great.
There's a lot
And,
of.
I'm playing the Twitch. I'm twitching.
Oh,
when
by
I
the
first
way,
played that game.
I'm
big
twerking.
shout out to my Twitchers. Thank you for liking us on Facebook. I didn't give you guys a shout out last week on that. And also, I no longer Twitch, unfortunately, because Xbox took that away from us.
What?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I can only beam with the fucking Kinects now. If I want to, I can hook up a camera and Twitch that way, which I'm probably going to have to do to, because
You
I
need
did.
a rig.
No, I do.
You need a rig.
I know.
And the fastest way to get one is www.patreon.com /
Loki and Jabroni.
You know,
But did you see how the gameplay works
for Friday the 13th.
for the Friday the 13th?
Yes.
So essentially, for those of you who don't know, or perhaps you don't know yourself, get yourself an Xbox One, man. Seriously, and
Working on it. I
Get
gotta-
this fucking game. Get this fucking
I got to
game.
get wheels in motion
Fuck
first.
Get
fuck
this
that.
fucking
Get
game.
yourself an Alienware PC.
I would love an Alienware.
We're gonna go that
PC.
route, are we?
I would love it. So somebody is Jason, and then there's I think six
Up to
six
7 people
campers.
playing
Yeah.
counselors.
Wow.
So you have 4 options, and I think it depends on the level or whatever. One option is to get into a four-person vehicle. The other option is a 2-person vehicle. The other option is to call the police, and the final option is to get a hold of Tommy Jarvis. Now, to do these things, to get the car, you need to get a battery, you need to get the gas, you need to get the key, and everything else going, and then, you can actually get in the car and
This
you can
almost
drive
sounds
4
like
people
the
away.
updated version of Journey Escape, where you had to collect all the shit and then get on the rocket.
Kinda,
ship
yeah.
There you go.
and
Yeah,
pull the fuck
same
away.
idea.
And it randomizes the locations of things, but the maps, and I heard it randomizes the maps. Like Crystal Lake randomizes a little bit.
Okay.
Higgins Haven from
Like
Friday the
Arkham
13th
Asylum,
Part 3.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of randomizes things a little bit. You get to play Jason from 6 different movies: Part 2,
Which is
Part
cool.
3, Part 6, 7, 8, and Jason Goes to Hell.
Wow.
Those are the Jasons you can play, and each one of them have their own abilities. Like Jason's 2 and 3 can run,
Yeah.
the others can't.
Wow.
And running
Yeah.
is huge. And
But
he can't go through windows. You can go through windows, but he can't.
he can't.
But he can smash down frickin' doors and
Well,
come through.
it's funny. There's another game called Dead by Daylight, which I play, which is on the same
Yes.
principle.
Yep.
And when it first came out, there was this thing where you could smash a window and jump through it to get away from the killer, and you could just keep jumping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, driving the killer nuts. That was kind of a glitch that they later fixed. Now, when you break the glass, it leaves shards. So if you try to do that, you'll cut yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So, and somehow they're not saying how. They're hinting that it's a cooperative thing. There's a way for all 7 counselors to actually kill Jason, but they're not saying how. And
Yeah,
it's a
you
cooperative
gotta find-
thing.
yeah.
Certain things have to be in the right place.
Right,
Gotcha.
exactly. And you all have to work it together. And
I'm thinking somehow you got to chain him up and throw him in the lake. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking
but-
the lake thing, or either that you got to get his mom's sweater.
Ooh.
It's got to be an item that you that
This isn't the Nintendo game.
Like the girl did back in
You
the
got to
day,
throw rocks at him.
right?
But
Ding,
ding,
but to
ding,
stun him,
ding,
but to
ding.
stun, but dude, it's a really cool game. I'm looking forward to it. I will be beaming that day, and
I'll be
everything goes in.
twitching it or maybe
Yeah.
on Facebook. I have been Facebooking my 7 Days to Die game, which is fun.
Oh, that's a
I've
good
seen
idea.
that.
I should do that too. So maybe
I'm
maybe
going
I'll
to try to
throw-
do more of that. I'm going to do more twitching and stuff. And
Yeah.
if
And
you
I'll-
folks
and I'll
want to see
probably-
us do more video game stuff, give us a holler.
Speaking,
definitely my
speaking
Twitchers.
of twitching, I know we talked about it on the way here, and I know all of us probably want to say something about it, but I'm sure he twitched toward the end. Chris Cornell passed away this week at the age of 52. Not apparent. It was a suicide.
Oh, it was.
Boy, listen, people said Kurt Cobain was the voice of the grunge generation. Fuck that. Chris Cornell buried Kurt Cobain in terms of voice, songwriting, attitude, exuberance, everything you wanted. And like Ed and I were talking about on the way here, and I'll fill you guys in, that grunge era didn't do it for me because it was all doom and gloom.
Grunge era, it's exactly it.
Doom
Kinda
and
how
gloom.
it killed a lot
dude,
of careers.
Exactly. I don't
It's
know
like-
how half of them aren't dead anyways, as depressing as that fucking
Well, let's
music
see.
was.
Cobain's
dude.
gone. Staley's gone. Now
Oh, I know.
Cornell's
Him-
gone. Eddie Vedder's next on the list.
Please.
Some-
And I've been waiting for that
Please?
for 20 years.
Actually,
My God, that's a problem. Is everybody wants it to happen.
I
That
want to
ain't
ask you.
gonna
I
happen.
want to ask you guys what you think. Because somebody brought up Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins, grunge or no?
no.
No.
No,
grunge.
I don't think so
they
either.
straddled
No.
the line a little.
He was
too
very
much.
fine. Yeah, absolutely. Smashing Pumpkins was a very fine line on that. I would almost consider them, say, like a Green Day, like that punkish
Pop
feel.
punk?
Pop punk. I'll
Yeah.
go with pop punk.
What do they call it? That sub pop stuff. The Japanese used to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can buy
Disarm.
that.
Disarm could have been grunge, but then again, when you listen to like "This Is the Greatest Day of Them All"
Or Rat in a Cage. That's punk. You know what I'm saying?
That's pop punk. But yeah, Disarm could have been grunge, but the rest of their stuff, no, pop punk.
Yeah. No, if grunge is a very fine line. Like I said, grunge is a very.
I think Seattle, that whole Seattle.
I do
sound,
too. I think,
so.
yeah, exactly. You
Except
got
for Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I would say, yeah. Seattle, that whole West Coast definitely defines a grunge feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely.
From North Cal on.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like
absolutely.
here's the thing. Like I wasn't a big fan of grunge, but it was like there was this hole. You had like the heavy metal here, and then you had hardcore. And there was like this empty gap in between the two. Yeah. And grunge kind of filled that gap.
Right.
It's kind of like reggaeton kind of filled a gap between hip hop.
Feels like
and
we've
R&B.
had this conversation before.
Well,
I'm finding
probably
what we're saying is
we probably
it's
talked about this before.
It's funny because it almost kind of like let grunge, like people who didn't listen to like rock, it opened up a door for them. You know what I'm saying? So like you had your like my brother. My brother hated Metallica, hated Anthrax, hated all the shit that I listened to.
Well, and he's not going to like our next.
However, he would sit there and he would like come up to me. Hey, what do you think of the? What do you think of this
funny.
grunge
My brother's
feel?
the same
You know
thing.
what I'm
My brother loved Nirvana, couldn't stand Anthrax. I'm like, what the fuck?
But that's what I'm saying.
They're separated by the lyrics. The music is,
but it opened up a door.
The same.
It opened up a door. Really
I disagree.
You got to listen to Sound of White Noise. You want to talk about that? Oh my god.
Anthrax to me is still like almost on the edge of being one of those speed metal bands, and
you can actually move that close.
But not in '93 when that album came out and grunge was kind of just exploding. Those Anthrax albums with John Bush could have easily been grunge.
Oh, you're talking about the new singer?
Yeah, the real singer.
I didn't listen to any of
Joey
it.
Belladonna.
Whoa, get out! You're fired.
No, I'm not. And
I'm flexing the mug. I'm flexing the mug.
The producer.
Get the fuck out of here with that new guy.
That's like, who the fuck took over for fucking?
We're trying to have fun, folks, but this is still the Loki and Jabroni show.
Who took over for fucking Altered?
Which one?
Not Altered Bridge. Creed. Who took over for fucking Creed?
When Scott Stapp went on as Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge, strangely enough.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my! Did you?
They sucked.
Side note:
they sucked.
Fuck Creed.
Creed sucks.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but
Creed was Nickelback before Nickelback was fucking cool.
Oh God, there's no Nickelback before Nickelback.
Creed was Nickelback before Nickelback.
Creed isn't its whole version of suck. Nickelback is beyond that. Nickelback is like sucks cubed.
What'd you say his name was again? The lead singer, Creed.
Creed, Scott Stapp.
Scott Stapp. Okay. You ever hear about Scott Stapp's fucking Kickstarter when he lost his goddamn mind?
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, my fucking Lord. It's like, dude, like, you need to stop taking the drugs.
We've gone off the crazy train again. Let's talk about Cornell.
It's music,
problem
man.
is, yeah, exactly.
Music.
I know.
Well, see, that's another one of those guys that, dude, he was that close away. And all right, let's go back to Cornell. Let's say, what's up with his wife? Why the fuck is she blaming everybody but herself?
I was talking about this on the ride up.
Yes, you were. Hit it.
I was like, okay, listen, he killed himself. It's tragic, whatever. But the way that and his followers are kind of playing into this, saying, "Oh, it's not his fault. It was the drugs. It was the drugs that did it."
Bullshit.
But his wife freely admits him saying, "I think I took too much Ativan." And too much Ativan is bad news. I'm not saying it's not tragic.
It's right on the side of the label. It says, you can have suicidal thoughts if you take too much of this product. Well, if you're supposed to take one and you take 3, yeah, it's a recipe for disaster, especially if you're in a state of deep depression.
And we've all been there where we downplay how much we've ingested or done whatever. So even if he said, I think I took 2 or I took 3, he probably took 6. You know, it's like,
exactly.
It's like, are you drunk? I only had a couple drinks. And in the back of your mind, it's like, all of a sudden you're hearing that song, shot, 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 shot.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, yeah, I did have like 12, huh? Fuck. And that's exactly where we're at with this. It's like if you're taking essentially a medication that could kill you, can we maybe have somebody who's kind of looking out for you?
Well, if you read the reports, I guess it was his personal assistant or his tour manager or somebody gave him the extra Ativan. He says it in the conversation with his wife on the phone. Yeah, I'm just going to make up a name. Bobby gave me a couple Ativan. A couple Ativan is not the dosage. A singular Ativan is the dosage.
Okay, so
every so many hours.
So he's taking Ativan, and Ativan is an antidepressant.
Correct.
That if you take too
much, I
much,
took it once and I said, "Fuck
If you take too much, it has the
makes
reverse
you
effect.
right. Exactly, it makes you even more depressed, and it makes you go into the suicidal thoughts and
it
whatever.
messes with the dopamine at a certain level,
Right.
and overdosing it will cause that to skyrocket.
So
And we were talking about the serotonin levels as well when we had this
all
conversation.
that goes out of whack.
So we go with the whole idea of why does he get to that point? What makes him decide to turn to Bobby and say, "Hey, Bobby, I need a couple more Ativan." Like, you just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You just played a fantastic
right,
show
exactly.
hours earlier.
You did an incredible show, and let's not talk about that picture that he took where he's sitting there smiling this, and he's looking out to the crowd.
A week earlier on the CBS Morning News, you guys know I watch that shit every fucking morning. There he is with his acoustic guitar talking up the future. New album. We're working on a new Soundgarden album. Ed and I were talking about, he was thinking
I think
of
I heard
Temple
rumors
of,
of another Temple of the Dog project.
He's smiling. He's playing the acoustic version of Black Hole Sun. This guy is incredible. And a week and a half later, gone.
So he takes these extra Ativan. Let's say he takes 6 or 7 like you're thinking. What's the last 2 fucking songs he sings?
Oh, my God. In My Time of Dying.
Yep.
And it was a Led Zeppelin song. And Never Something or Other was a Soundgarden tune.
Both of them about death.
Death and suicide.
Both of them about death. So at this point, what point does, I don't know, your road guy or your band members or anybody come up to you and go, "Hey, dude, I understood we wanted to do that first song, but why did we change it?
Why the second one?
Right, why did we change it to the second song?"
It was a solo concert, right? It wasn't with
I'm not
Soundgarden?
sure.
No, I thought
it was Soundgarden,
I was
'Cause there
pretty
were
sure
pictures on
Soundgarden was
the-
Yeah,
there.
I kind of agree
No,
with you. If it was solo, it's usually a bunch of session musicians, and they're not going to care.
Right.
They're gonna
No,
catch
I
a
hear
check and
that.
go
I
home.
hear
It's
that.
funny you say
but-
that. I saw Paul Stanley 29,000 years ago at Toad's Place do a solo bit, and he's got basically, like you said, session musicians, with the exception of Eric Singer, who was playing with Sabbath and then went on to play with Kiss. You were there for the novelty. This is Paul Stanley.
Right.
So if he was doing a solo show, you got Chris Cornell and backup band. It's basically the equivalent of American Idol at this point.
Right, exactly. But I
But
I
no,
thought
I
it was,
seem to
no, it
remember
was,
a picture
I do
on
remember
Twitter,
it being
Soundgarden
I remember
tonight,
it being
Detroit,
Soundgarden.
9
Exactly.
p.m., whatever. Just tragic. Either way, look, and you put
No,
it up,
it is
and I
sad. I'm not
copied
saying
it.
it's not sad.
We talked about it on the bonus episode. Suicide's not the way out. No matter how bad you think it is, you can take another step. You woke up on the right side of the grass this morning. Nothing's so bad. Nothing is so bad, unless you're Aaron Hernandez, that you got to kill yourself over. And I feel for him. We always talk about the ripple effect. Now his wife, his daughter, his fans, his family, his mom and dad who are still alive. I couldn't help but think of that when I went to the station memorial. The ripple effect. It wasn't just these 100 souls. It's thousands of others that are affected by the night of the fire,
Right.
by Chris Cornell hanging himself, by Robin Williams doing the same thing. By proxy, and I said I wouldn't pick on him. I'm not going to pick on him. By Chris Benoit, same thing. There's a ripple effect that, to me, suicide is selfish, but sometimes I can't reconcile in my head that the pain is that bad. I was drugged up when I thought of suicide. Now that I'm a free-thinking human being, I couldn't imagine taking my own life because it would affect you.
Right.
It would affect my daughter, Angela,
Right,
Eddie.
right, exactly.
A lot of people. I put that pain on you. I put that on you, and that's not fair.
My reasoning is I would do it, and then the next week they'd discover how to stop people from dying.
You'd be the first reincarnation from suicide.
I'd be like, son of a bitch.
There you go.
What you got?
you got Christopher calling in. He says it's easy. Go blow an 8-ball of coke and tell me you don't want a couple Ativan to keep you from going to sleep in the morning. Very true. Maybe he's keeping this because he was that excited that he just wanted the night to never end, and he's
I was thinking that because I've never just sitting there on my own, and I've had to take Prozac and shit before, which is garbage in my opinion. I have ingested so much that I wanted to die. Like, oh, I hate feeling this way. I want to just end. Oh my God, I wish I would just die or something.
I've done that with shrooms, dude. Like, exactly. Oh my God, stop.
I've taken in so much alcohol that I was like, God, I wish I would just die.
Can you just puke? Could I just puke and get it over with, please?
So, another theory is like with something like Ativan, where it's literally like oh God, I want this feeling to just go away. I want to die. But Ativan will actually put the things in place for you to actually go through with it.
Right. And I speaking in so much as pain, like I'm having ankle issues for some reason. And healthy ankles all my life. All of a sudden, my left ankle decides at random times it just wants to go out on me, and I look like...
It's just reminding you that you're over 40.
Pretty much. And last night, we get home and whatever, and Angela offers me a painkiller, and I took it, and my body was numb. I felt nothing, but my head was racing. I'm watching every serial killer documentary. I watched a David Koresh documentary. I watched an FBI documentary.
You're not right.
I went to sleep at 3 a.m. I was up at 7 a.m. But everybody has a different effect.
I did start watching that cultist killing documentary on Netflix.
You got to turn me on to it.
It's like, well, it was a bunch of, I think it was a TV show that got canceled after one season. It was like ritual murders or something.
Oh, I got to find that.
Yeah, it is on Netflix.
Look, I think it's tragic. This guy was a fantastic songwriter. He was a fantastic musician. He played not only in Soundgarden, he had his own gig. He played with the Zac Brown Band, which is a country band, to do a special single. He did Audio Slave, which Ed, we just talked about. This is the first time you'd heard of it.
I knew he was in. I'd never heard anything from him.
The actual musicians of Rage Against the Machine and Chris Cornell. And it was a fantastic record. There was not a bad tune on that disc. We're losing out. Much like when Dimebag got shot, I look at Chris Cornell, different situations, but we'll never know what else was locked in his mind that could have came out and made beautiful music. You can say the same thing about Tupac, Biggie, Eric Carr, Ronnie Dio. You could say, oh, wow, hello.
It wasn't me for a change.
Yeah, I know. Fuck Biggie came from this guy.
I said it. What?
We got a lot of East Coast listeners there, bro.
You're gonna get shot.
You're gonna bring the war back.
You're just never gonna know how much more awesome music was locked away. You're never gonna find out. With Cobain, to me it was like, well, you got too much, too quick, too soon, and you couldn't handle it. Bye. Cornell's 52 years old. He obviously could handle it until a particular point, which we just found out last week. Go ahead, read it. I was just looking at it.
Amy lost like 2 months of life memory to Ativan. Here we are talking about this guy down at 6, and she's like, yeah, shit happens.
Fuck that guy. I lost 2 months of my life with that shit.
No, dude, like
Chris is a pussy.
Being a DJ in the fucking rave scene, like I knew guys and girls who would like just get high on shit like that.
Oh yeah.
The Ativans, oh god,
fucking Molly rides, all kinds of fucking crazy.
I'm talking about just
was the
scripts.
one in the 90s too.
Just the script.
Dude, I was fucking.
Oh hell no!
I will fuck you up.
A fucking cat.
Wow.
Kill him.
Really, dude?
They let cats in this bar?
Really?
Like,
I know. It's an Indian bar.
Who wants to see me powerbomb it?
Bob Backlund does.
Yeah,
yes, Bob Backlund does.
I think Bob's watching.
Fantastic drop in, Kitty. Fantastic.
Hey,
drop.
Kitty, if you need a job.
That was his little fucking.
I usually fire Jabroni 3 times a show. I'll call you.
You know when Godzilla's getting his ass kicked and he does that little weak ass.
I think we just found our associate producer right there. He can help you. Let's put a bow on Chris Cornell real quick. Final thoughts.
Temple of the Dog, best project.
Wow, nice. I always thought Bad Motorfinger was the best. That first Soundgarden album that broke huge, and I had heard Temple of the Dog before that.
I just think Temple of the Dog's got more.
I liked
heartfelt songwriting.
That album was kick ass.
Bad Motorfinger or
Yes.
Temple of the Dog?
Temple of the Dog.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That
was
fucking album
all
was badass, dude.
For those of you who don't know, it was a tribute to Andrew Wood, who was the singer of Mother Love Bone, which
Yes.
we were talking about probably would have been grunge.
He would have been the voice of that generation.
Yeah,
I can buy that. I'll buy that.
It would have kept the whole glam rock thing and had the more darker.
You would have got a
lyrics
conduit between
Yeah.
the two because he grew up on that, but he wanted to play dark and he mixed it in well. He was
Chloe Dancer, Crown of Thorns, great song from that album, the Mother Love Bone album. The Temple of the Dog album just I think is more heartfelt because it had
It's really sad because the
theme.
only thing that people fucking knew about was I'm Going Hungry. Or
Hunger Strike.
Hunger Strike.
That's
Well,
it.
that's because of Eddie Vedder. And Eddie Vedder's
Fuck Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder's not in Temple of the Dog.
No, thank you. He was a guest voice for Temple of the Dog. Everybody sits there and say, well, Temple of the Dog had two of the greatest fucking vocals.
No, it had one.
What?
and-
It had a vocal.
Eddie Vedder sang the reprise on Hunger Strike. He wasn't even a lead singer.
Exactly. It wasn't even part of that. Exactly.
And here's the thing. It was like your buddies have a band. It was like, hey, can you give my little cousin a job? That's what that was. But 'cause Eddie Vedder didn't even know Andrew Wood. Like, he's actually out of place on that album.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Big time out of place.
Like, everybody in that band.
Well, the guys in Guns N'
Knew Andrew
Roses
Wood.
were friends with him. And I remember them dedicating a song to him. They did Knocking on Heaven's Door in his honor at a show somewhere around that time when he passed. They were touched. Slash was tight with him. And obviously that whole Seattle scene, they're together and they do that. But again, heroin overdose versus suicide, same. To me, same.
Yeah, just, you know what?
At this fucking point, yeah, if you're doing heroin, you're pretty much,
It's a death sentence
it's okay.
with a needle.
Heroin or Russian roulette? Heroin or Russian roulette?
Let's do them both.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's the same idea at this point, especially the way fucking people are mixing shit. I mean,
my
you don't
God.
even know what the fuck they're making anymore, man. I mean,
And since this is a show dedicated to fun, the bow tie in this one has got to be, Keith Richards is sitting watching TV,
Oh, hell yes.
watching TV, going pussy.
I beat him too, love.
Oh,
I beat him
that
too.
young whippersnapper right there thought he had every chance to cut back me.
When Keith Richard pours a bowl of cereal, Ativan comes out and he
Exactly.
pours milk on it, and
you know what
eats it.
You know what he puts in instead of milk? Vodka.
Exactly. I was going to say Captain Morgan.
Yeah, whatever.
Because he was, just
He
recently.
puts cocaine in his coffee.
No, he does
That's
that.
how badass
That's
he
the
is.
sugar.
Yeah, right?
His cocaine's his fucking sugar
Like
on
a
his
Rice
Ativan
Krispies,
with
motherfucker.
with his fucking Captain
And then he
Morgan.
goes back to his bedroom, wakes Mick Jagger up,
fucks him in the ass.
They must live
and
together,
says,
right?
"Why you always got to bring that girl with you?" And he goes, "So I don't look gay," and kicks him out.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
he thought he was a girl.
Well, look, Godspeed, Chris Cornell. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the music.
Thank you for the music. Absolutely. I will say this in short, man. Maybe I hope I can only hope that we get a chance to have the pressures that he
Oh
had.
my God! Right?
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I know what you mean.
Because I have no way of justifying what he felt. You know
when
what
you're
I'm saying?
destitute and penniless and you think the life is over and you put that gun in your mouth or to your head or you hang yourself.
I can feel it. Maybe, you know what?
I just said this to Ed on the way here,
There's
but
no
when you're
other
making
way.
money hand over fist and you got nickels falling out of your asshole, you
got
have the ways and the
adoring
means.
fans. You got adoring fans. Like literally, you could. I understand that they're just gonna be like yes men to you. But if you're really that fucked up, you could just like literally go on fucking Twitter now and be like, dude, I'm fucked up. To any of my fans that watch me on Twitter, and they'd be like, you're gonna have one person that legitimately will fucking reach out to you,
Right.
and then you could be like, I'm just saying. This is like,
Ed's on the
but you could be
Google
like
machine.
fucking messaging that motherfucker and then back and forth, and that motherfucker could save your life.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't get it. I like I said, I'm not in that boat.
I can't remember.
Hey,
I can't remember
Chris's wife, if you want to donate to the show so I can get a feeling of what it's like to have that, absolutely. Drop a couple. You know what I'm saying? Put it right in the bank for us. I'll be more than happy to
Hell,
do my research.
Prince's 6 brothers and sisters are taking his fortune. Send some money to us.
There you go. Send it this way. It's a research development. We want to see
All scientific.
We want,
All
yeah,
scientific.
exactly. It's all scientific. After 10 years, we won't give you the money back, but we'll have it probably invested stupidly.
One of
or
us will be
something like
swinging
that.
from the fucking bathroom.
No, I'll definitely have one of those fucking hooker swings.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. I'll have it right in my living room, too, so I
Nice.
can watch football and swing back and forth and do shots and
That's
all
too
kinds
good.
of stuff. I'll just see, that's my thing. I'll just waste money on stupid
Well,
shit.
here. And
I'll just walk in and they'll be like, there will be a single barrel of Jack
look,
for $5,000.
right.
And I'll be like,
Guys-
I'm buying that.
Guys, I don't want to downplay somebody who lost a hero or somebody who lost someone they really care about, you know, in a way you care about musicians and actors and whatnot. I don't feel bad for Chris Cornell.
I don't.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
feel bad for Robin Williams. I don't feel bad for Chris Benoit. I don't feel bad for Heath Ledger.
It's
Yes,
a tragedy.
It sucks that
It's a
again,
tragedy.
Right.
Fuck
Once
yeah.
again,
I don't
you'll
feel
never-
bad for Prince. He fucking did it to himself
Right.
too, you know?
You'll never know what more genius was locked away in their head. That's something you live with the rest of your life. But you were selfish. And I'm not saying everybody commits suicide and selfish. Again, stop with before the hate mail comes in. Some people,
I'll take hate mail.
It's
I'll
a
take any
last
fucking
resort.
mail.
But for me, to see a celebrity off themselves when you have the access to things that regular Joe doesn't have, I accept regular Joe killing himself, and it hurts me more than seeing a fat and happy celebrity kill themselves. That's just selfish.
I agree. Like I said, prove us wrong, man.
Just want to read because something you said made me think of this. You guys know DJ AM?
Yeah.
Yes.
Died of a drug overdose?
Yes.
This was the last thing he tweeted. New York, big city of dreams, but everything in New York ain't always what it seems.
It's cryptic, but it tells a story when you
August
find out.
25th, 2009, he was dead that week.
Yeah, it kind of tells a story.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes
And he tweeted that?
tweeted that
Yeah.
before dying. And he
See,
went-
I would like to see like the comments through that and see which ones he liked, if he commented on it, if he retweeted any of them, you know what I'm saying, or if that was just it. Because
That
at
was
that
it.
point, if that's just it and he's not, that means he's done. In his brain, he ain't even looking for help. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a plan B.
It was one of those relapse moments, and he went to his apartment in New York, and
I'm gonna vote for a break because we have to bring in our special guest. He's pacing back and forth over here. He is waiting with bated breath to come in, and we're gonna take 3 minutes, maybe 4, because I don't know what Mike has planned. I know what I have planned. It's gonna take 90 seconds.
beer, but
I'm just gonna drain the lizard, and we're gonna come back. We have a very special interview coming up, so don't you go nowhere. You know, in just a few short months, when the tour of Japan, Europe, and the rest of the world is over, one of the announcements I wanted to make was Charlie Benante of Anthrax is going to be on the phone with us. I'm excited about that, but I'm more excited about our very next special guest, the newest, most badass superhero you will ever meet. May I please welcome, for all of you, Super Millennial Man. Come on in, sir. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Jabroni.
Hi, Super Millennial Man.
It's great to see you.
It is
great
great
to be here.
see you. Tell us about your mission. What does Super Millennial Man want?
So, if your listeners was around, say, I think it was 3 months ago.
Give or take?
It was almost about, say, 10 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I came on the show and I wasn't taken very seriously.
No, you were not.
Yeah, a lot of people laughed. So I went on to training, and I went to Green Arrow, and he laughed. So
Wait. Green Arrow laughed at you?
Yes.
Green Arrow's like the IHOP of superheroes, and he laughed at you.
So then I went to Hawkeye, and he laughed. So I had to dwindle down. I went to Brown Arrow finally.
Okay.
But he got me a nemesis. I have Stroke, and I've
Nice.
been going up against him a lot, let me tell you this. So I'm here for you now.
pardon me, Stroke?
Yeah,
Yes.
Stroke.
What's his superpower?
Makes your heart stop.
Makes your face kind of fall to one side, too, yeah.
I find that somewhat triggering.
Uh-oh. Super Millennial Man, congratulations. You're only the second person who has done this on this podcast. You're getting the trigger warning. Who should be making these trigger warnings have? Tell me something.
think so.
Tell me what you stand for.
So, I originally stood for the millennials.
Mm-hmm.
I fought for them. I stood up for them. And frankly, I just got sick and tired of their fucking whining and their bitching. Like, it was like, can you just get off my fucking back?
Wow.
So now,
Did you use the proper gender pronoun?
that's the other thing. I was so lost in genders. I thought there was 2, and there's like 65 billion of them now, and I
know you're.
I just wanted to fight for 2.
I
so.
know you're a very loyal listener to our show. We talked about the 32 flavors last week, when in reality there's like 2, maybe 3, possibly 4. There's not 37. Which genders do you fight for?
I fight for the truth and justice.
That's Superman.
Yeah.
Not recently. Have you seen him? He's fucking psycho.
So which genders do you
And
fight
the
for?
American way, but you can't really say that, or you're triggering
Right.
millennials.
Millennials are all over the place. They're
Because heaven forbid they have a
Truth,
little...
justice, and corporate greed?
Like, heaven forbid they have a little French in them. They're like, oh my God, I'm French. No, motherfucker, you were born in Cleveland. You're American. I get where you're going. Do you prefer fighting for the justice of men or for the justice of women?
I am for the justice of both men and women, and I am here to actually teach you.
You're going to teach us.
I'm going to teach. Well, you guys are good.
Right.
You guys get it.
Thank you.
You're on point. I'm here for the millennials that have questions, that don't understand how they can do it.
Well, if you guys are out there, if you're in the millennial section of the world, which ranges from the ages of birth till about 30, and you have questions for Super Millennial Man, get them on the Facebook machine. We want him to answer your questions right now. I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Where does Super Millennial Man stand on not teaching children cursive in school to a point where in 10 years they cannot sign a check correctly?
Well, the problem with cursive and signatures are, unfortunately, they are 2 different things. I remember when I was 3, I had my signature because I was getting ready to, do my.
You were advanced.
I was, but I didn't know cursive until obviously I went into school.
Right.
I believe cursive is like writing. It's like everything else. You need to know it.
I object.
You would, but why?
I hate cursive.
How do you sign your checks, Ed?
I have a unique signature that's mine,
That's fantastic.
and everything else is printed.
Fantastic, but you had to learn at some point, because at this point, kids are going to make a line with a smiley face and a fucking... Oh, Jesus. Here, take this.
Paper.
Yep, it's coming. Super Millennial Man, you shouldn't have to do any of this. You're a guest here.
I got him. No,
Thank you. You
no.
truly are a superhero.
Yeah.
Two-part question.
If you're a guest more than once, you're no longer a guest. You got to help clean up.
That's true. And you have to bring beer.
Real quick from a viewer, while you're doing your thing, how do you get in touch with your inner self? Andrew, I am very glad you asked that question.
Great question.
What you need to do
You
is
tell
you need
me
to go into the bathroom.
That's legitimate cursive.
Vaseline.
No, it's about as bad as
your
mine.
hand
Thank you.
up. Bend over and stick your fist up your ass and touch your insides.
That's how you get in touch with your inner self?
That's how you get in touch with your inner self.
Fantastic. Thank you, Super Millennial Man.
So I see a picture of Pikachu.
That's
Oh,
not
I'm
his
sorry,
signature.
That's Raichu.
Right. Two-part question. Why don't you have...
So you sign all your checks with Raichu?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Takes him a half hour to put that on his
That's
check.
going to take some time. You're right. That is a unique signature.
Two-part question for you, Super Millennial Man. 1, why don't you have a superhero outfit? And 2, I notice you have a pink and black mask. What color would your cape be? Take those in any order you want.
Okay, so I'm in the process. Like I said, I just got through training, and that cost me a lot of money. So I started with like 0, and I was returning cans and all kinds of other stuff. It was great. But unfortunately now I have to build it up. I do know some tailors and stuff, and if I had to choose a cape color, I think I would go with that 80s bright green.
Nice.
Yeah,
Question
fluorescent.
Question from the Peanut Gallery on our show is from Jason Todd. Do you have a sidekick?
Not yet. I am in the works as it may.
Who?
Jason Todd. He
that fucking guy again?
Again, I'm telling you, he just asked, do you have a sidekick?
So did Andrew.
Right. Maybe Andrew's looking for a job, but Jason Todd wants to know, do you have a sidekick?
At this
Hey,
time,
you know
no,
if Thomas
I do not.
Wayne made parole?
I don't.
No,
I know they
made
locked
sure
him
he
up
didn't
some months
make-
ago.
I made sure he didn't make parole.
And from the last thing I heard, Jason Todd is running with a KKK group in Arkansas.
Oh, that's trouble. That's
Right.
trouble.
He's a Nazi. Lincoln Onikock was here a couple weeks ago, and he told me about Jason Todd and the Nazis. So let's get back to you.
He saw Jason Todd drinking milk. That's kind of a giveaway.
Pretty much. Milk is for Nazis. How's your beer, Super Millennial Man?
I like this glass. It's like you anticipated my arrival.
Yes, it has your logo on it. Everything's
Love it. I love it.
fantastic.
So you're a superhero that drinks beer.
Don't they all?
Are you on the clock?
No. I'm on an interview, dumbass.
What if somebody puts up the millennial signal?
I'm waiting for it right now. All I see is what's a check and lots of beer and no sound of Verugas.
So the
Turn up the
millennial
sound.
signal is a retweet?
Kind of, yes.
Pretty much, yes.
And
yes.
you can find him at Super Millennial Man on Twitter. You can also find him on Facebook.
Super Macho Man.
Super Macho Man.
Oh, that's my hero.
Oh, okay. I loved the Macho Man back in the 80s, man. And in the 90s, he was pretty badass.
No, I was talking about the boxer from Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Oh, okay. I was talking about
was
the
hard.
professional wrestler with the bald spot.
No, I know
that
who you're
weren't allowed
talking
to
about.
talk
Absolutely, yeah. Macho Man is badass, yeah.
He was
But
badass.
Super Macho Man was my hero.
Okay. How does Super Millennial Man feel about participation trophies?
I hate them.
Why?
I think they're total garbage. I think what you need to do with that, dude,
I'm looking forward to this.
Andrew DeCarlos,
Uh-oh.
you can get in touch with yourself with a participation trophy
Oh, God.
the exact same way. You take that, you bend over, let's lean that thing up, and right up in there. That's what you can do with participation trophies.
Or you could join the Navy. Same.
Hey,
I know.
I love your mom. Your mom's good. She's feeding.
Your
how
mom-
do you know my mom?
He's Super Millennial Man.
I'm
He
Super
knows
Millennial,
everybody.
man. I can look into your past. I can look into your future. Plus, you're on Facebook.
That's true.
Never mind.
That's true.
It's true.
And you're friends with Super Millennial Man.
I am.
So there you go.
Plus, it says right under your mom. I mean, hello.
Right.
Hang on, flexing the producer mug.
Yeah, he's got to flex the producer mug. Super Millennial Man, if your child, do you have a child? Can I ask
No,
you?
no.
If you had a child goes out and plays their baseball, soccer, football, tennis game, which is a very millennial sport right now.
Golf.
Lacrosse.
Golf. Yeah,
Golf.
lacrosse is very millennial, actually.
It is.
That's probably the toughest thing any millennial
If your
will do.
child lost, two questions. One, even if they lost, do you take them out for ice cream?
No, I'd go over to the other coach and I'd punch him in the jaw when he's not looking.
Very well. And second, if you take
Happens
your
in boxing.
Yeah, I
if
heard.
you take your child out for ice cream, do they
That
get
some bitch don't get no sprinkles.
Why not?
Sprinkles are for winners.
Damn! That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you, Super Millennial.
You're
Man.
welcome.
I'm starting to think you guys rehearsed this.
No, absolutely not. No, this is the first
How
time I've
dare
met
he.
you. That's what I'm saying. I know we pay him a pittance, but nobody pays him for his fucking opinion. Seriously.
Do I have a weakness? Yes. Yes, I do. And I'd be foolish to tell you live. Come on. Are you serious? No, seriously, because I don't think there's any way you can get it.
I'll shut the mic off. Mic's off. Go ahead. You can
Okay.
tell us.
Okay.
Zima.
Really?
Yeah, Zima.
Wow, would have never known. Ed, turn the mic back on.
Mic's back on.
Okay, we're back, guys. Only we got to hear what Super Millennial Man's weakness is. What is your favorite musical artist, Super Millennial Man?
Right now, I got to say it's Lamar Kendricks.
How do you feel about the Nickelback?
Do I get a dime back?
Yes.
No, they suck.
Okay. Good. Now, if you thought of one injustice in the world that you wanted to fix more than anything else as Super Millennial Man, what is that one injustice?
Oh, that's easy. Fucking make the goddamn Subway sandwich 12 inches, you stupid sons of bitches.
They do
You're
measure
trying-
at 10.
No,
They do
exactly.
measure at
Like
10.
if we're paying, and not only that, why does a $5 sub cost me $7.85? It's a $5 fucking sub for crying out loud.
They did change that to $6 not too long ago. I'm sorry to break that to you, but the $5 footlong is no more.
Yeah, I heard the KFC $5 meal is going to be $5.49 now too to pay for the rise.
Well, that's taxation. And how do you feel about taxation?
That's theft.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, Eddie's getting rigid.
I
over
came
here.
a little.
Speaking of taxation, are you really? I got the superhero to laugh. See, I have a superpower. It's called fucking humor.
This asshole.
Well, he is an asshole, but he's our asshole. I've heard that somewhere before. Anyway, speaking of the appalling music problem, if you had
Good luck getting Zima.
if you had Ariana Grande, Nickelback, and Kanye West locked into a room with just you, what would you do and why?
All three of them?
All three of them. Nickelback,
Well, first
Ariana
of all-
Grande. Go ahead.
I would have Nickelback like kill themselves. And then I'd have Kanye West fucking bang the shit out of Ariana Grande just because I want to see her naked. I think she got like nipples like this fucking big. To be honest with you, I think they're like this big.
Okay.
And I think Kanye is probably hung like this, so it'll be kind of fun to watch him like try to dog her with like, you know, like a sauce, like pretty much an.
He says his nickname is Yeezy. I think it's Thumb Dick, but that's...
It could be. It could be. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just to see him sit there trying to smash that little Puerto Rican would be fucking hot.
Wow.
He'd make that bitch famous.
Did you just add 10 feet to the jabroni wall
What?
by saying that little Puerto Rican? You can't say that
Why not?
because you're super millennial, man. You have to stand up for the rights of the millennials.
I did. I just told her. I think she'd look totally hot with her nipples this big getting dogged from
You
behind
said-
by Kanye West.
I got that part. That part was awesome. The part I'm talking about is that you said Puerto Rican.
She is.
You can't say that anymore. You're super millennial, man. You have to PC yourself.
olive-skinned, toned olive or almond-shaped eyes from yonder island woman.
Very nice. I'll buy it. Thank you.
This is why I don't fight for you fuckers anymore.
I'm glad you fight for us now.
I'm so confused. I don't know whether to hit the trigger again or not.
No, super millennial.
Double
man.
trigger?
Double trigger on super millennial.
That's awesome.
Man. Nice,
That's awesome.
nice. Where does super millennial man go from here?
Hopefully up. I went through some hard ass training to be here. I
Can
really
you fly?
did. No.
Do you have
If he
laser
buys it-
beams that come out of your eyes?
No, God, no.
If he
God.
buys a
I was
ticket
trained
on-
by Brown Arrow. Really?
If he buys a ticket on United, he can fly.
Get his ass kicked, but
No,
I don't
this
have
is
en- I
super
don't have enough money
millennial
for that.
man. He'll kick some ass.
I don't know. United?
That's a good point.
Hey, man. You know what they say, man. Delta on the streets, United in the sheets.
I've heard that somewhere.
I
So-
think that's the other way around.
Could be, but he's super millennial, man. We're going to let it go. If you could tell our listeners, A, what is your vision for the future, and B, why should they listen to our show?
Well, number one, this show kicks ass. I think it really does justify all points of view. Actually, one of my favorite, because I did get a lot of, that's the only thing he really gave me was a fucking, Anna wants a shout out. Hey, real quick, because she's like my newest fan. Big shout out to my number one fan, Anna. You rock. Love you.
Do you need the questions again, super millennial man?
Yes, actually.
Plans for the future, and why should people listen to this show?
Besides that, I was going to say my favorite aspect of this show lately has been the Devil's Advocate. I like how you guys have been throwing that in.
That is really good.
And I don't like I said, I don't really, and it's really cool because you guys are going the old format, so I can actually download you on my Zuma.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't have
You
a
have a Zuma?
BlackBerry or any of that shit?
yeah.
Wow. Old school. I love this guy.
Well, that's the only thing they gave me.
For a millennial, you're really old school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have an Atari?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
Do you have a pocket rocker?
It's like we're brothers.
Do you have a Monchichi?
On my bed.
Oh my God. Fucking love this guy.
I love being here.
Thank you. And if you could give the listeners just a shout out, why should they listen to this show? I know you're saying a lot of great things, but kicking ass is not enough.
All right.
Why?
Every week, these guys bring their hearts to it. They're giving you new content, new looks, new affiliates. I mean, if I had money, I would be spending it at their affiliate links easily.
But you're a millennial, and you make...
No, I don't buy houses. I just save money, and I bitch about the economy.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I need money to start saving, unfortunately.
Correction. You blame the baby boomers for the economy.
Right, but I still don't buy houses,
Right.
even though I have like $5,000 saved up in one and like $50,000 in another bank account and like $90,000 in another.
Do you have a degree in gender studies?
I did, but I failed.
Can I ask why?
It's fucking like 32 fucking flavors, man.
I got
And
you.
my
No.
fucking professor chose salty
Wow.
Do you know why there are 32 flavors?
because Baskin Robbins bought the gender gap.
No. Hit the button.
I love it.
Because Ron Paul doesn't like butterscotch ripple.
Wow.
That's
Now
true.
you made Super Millennial
That's
Man laugh.
true.
Ed, you have a superpower.
Well, I gotta say, Mr. Signs Checks with Raichu, it has been a pleasure. I do gotta watch you do that one day. By the way, I just want to see you totally doodle a Raichu
Follow him
down.
to the bank. It's a fucking beautiful thing.
Those people gotta get pissed just sitting there waiting. Like they gotta be like, "What are you?"
Fuck those
trying to-
people. He's in the front of the line. He can do what he wants.
Are you doing like origami with $100 bills? What are you doing over there, guy? Come on, I would.
He's got
totally
$100
do that.
bills. I want to know about
I
it.
would totally do that.
Not only that, but when I'm done, I say print my balance.
Wow, I like that. See? Killing trees one at a time. Eddie Focus.
I like to take my balance and take a nice long look at it and take like 7 out of Ant.
Wow. Hey, last question that just popped into my head. I know we're about short on time, but do you have a girlfriend?
Not at this time. No.
Why not? You're Super Millennial Man.
I
You're
just
a
got out
super
of
fucking
I
hero.
just got out of training. It's so hard, and I try to do that whole AOL thing, but there's nobody there anymore, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dead technology.
I left
understand.
AOL. God, it was 1996.
What does Super Millennial Man look for in a woman? Like phone hacking skills,
Consent?
Oh, no.
drama skills,
Consent is always nice.
roofies,
Got to drink some beer.
right?
Got to have some major tas, like the fucking zongas, fucking bazongas, like for real, like Zukas. Like, let's be honest here, like huge. Butt's nice. Like you don't really even have to speak English. It's not a big deal. I mean, just no yes. That goes with that whole consent thing. That
Oh,
you said,
wow.
though.
Okay. Good.
That's
Good.
pretty simple. And job, because you got to be like my sugar mama.
Nice.
That's about it. Yeah.
Because Millennial Man doesn't work.
Yeah. No. Fuck no.
You're
We're
a
just sitting around.
superhero. What do you need to work for? You're saving the fucking
Saving
country
people. That's
one
what I
person
say. But
at
you
a
still
time.
need a sugar mama. I still need money, man. I'm not fucking like Batman.
Before we go, I was just wondering if you would mind answering a few questions about these pending lawsuits.
Oh, I didn't want to bring this up. I'm sorry, Super Millennial Man. He's the producer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just gonna sit back.
Fire
These
away.
these guys don't know news, and I know news. Folks,
Oh God.
the fake news.
Oh boy.
How do you respond to charges of collusion with the Russians?
They paid me a lot of money, and then I blew it all at the casino.
How do you respond to the charges of kidnapping?
That was the whole consent thing.
How do you respond to that Nazi symbol on your forehead?
The M?
That's right. I know what M stands for. Mega Nazi.
Wow. All I see is an M.
Hail Hydra?
Wow.
Get off my set, you fucking Nazi.
Okay, Ed's triggered.
I think
so-
he's triggered. Yeah. I'm gonna leave.
All right.
And I will see you again, Jabroni.
Thank you, Super Millennial Man. Always a pleasure to have you guys. Find Super Millennial Man. He is the bomb.
Nazi.
He is the newest
woman,
superhero
look me
on the
up.
scene. What a guy! I'm so impressed by Super
Punch a
Millennial Man.
Nazi.
What a great guest. And you had to bring up the Nazi thing. He's not a Nazi. So he follows Donald Trump. So what?
Look, all you have to do is take that M, just 9 movements, you twist it and turn it, swastika.
I could buy that to some extent.
It's code.
However, just in talking to him, I feel like Super Millennial Man has his shit together.
Look, I was hanging out with Lincoln,
Oh, God. Lincoln on a cock.
and Lincoln just
From the
told
fake
me some
news
things.
network.
Just told me some things, and Loki will back me up. Loki,
Loki's back.
Yo,
Welcome
That-
back, kid.
Millennial Man,
I was watching that, man. What a-
Millennial Man, Nazi.
What do you think?
I don't know who trained him, but I like him.
He's a good guy. I dig him.
I like where,
That
I like
wasn't
where
in
he's
denial.
Going. I like where he's going. I do buy the whole, like 9 flip over things, and you do see the swastika. I can't buy that. I do buy that. I do. I mean, I do. I can see that.
I can. He probably plays
You're
connection.
drinking out of the same glass as a Nazi.
No, that was on this side.
Oh, okay.
I watched the video.
See how he's doing?
You're right. I stand corrected.
I was watching. I was paying attention.
Hang on. Flex for producer.
I still can't believe you actually signed your check with Raichu.
Right?
That's impressive, dude.
That's insane.
I thought I was good.
That's insane.
Just has to be unique, fellas. Just has to be unique.
So where do you want to go from here, man? Super Millennial Man's a hard act to follow.
So I'll tell you.
Good.
We recently, I don't know if you saw, we have a new WWE champion.
Yes, Jinder Mahal.
Just beat the bejesus out of fucking Randy Orton, dude.
I watched a fan shot video from the arena, and I could not believe he beat Randy Orton like he owed him
beat
money.
The bejesus out of Randy Orton, people.
Here's what I don't get. I'm going to throw this out there. I didn't follow for like 7 years, and then I come back, and Jinder Mahal went out, and then 2 years.
And this is Jinder Mahal of 3M, by the way.
3MB or whatever it was.
3MB.
And he comes back, and it seems like he's a foot and a half taller. It seems like he's 70 pounds heavier.
He's just jacked.
He stood on that second rope last night, and he held that belt in the air, and it looked like he was 7 feet tall. And I know he's got skills. They have an India tour coming up. First of all, guys, Jinder Mahal is from Canada.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody I said that, but Jinder Mahal is from fucking Canada. But he has Indian descent, so I get where they're going. They have an Indian tour. I predict that he's going to have the title for 9 weeks and 11 days because he's foreign. It makes sense. And they're going to go through the tour of India and throughout the Arab Emirates and all that bullshit. And he's going to come back and he'll lose it to Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, whoever. It's very much a marketing ploy, but this guy deserves it. He worked his ass off.
No, I do. That's what I liked about it. That's why I brought it up. I thought that was a really good fucking...
He worked his ass off
for once,
to get
as
back.
much as me and you hate on the network because they constantly are giving the belts back to, like, say, John Cena and let's give it to, say, fucking KO, Kevin Owens for like 2 months and that's it.
I kind of bought Kevin Owens for
that's what I do, but he didn't have it long enough. He didn't have it long enough, is my point.
They had
what I'm
Goldberg
saying?
squash.
Right, exactly. So they give these people opportunities, but it's not very long.
If Finn Balor doesn't get hurt, we don't have Goldberg.
No, it's true. Absolutely. I do agree with that. But I got to say, dude, I was very impressed with it. I liked how they're pushing him. I do see where you're coming from, and it is a good idea because, hey, if you're going to go WWE Network and you're worldwide and you have a champion that is of Indian descent, you're going that route. I mean, hell, you're going to get a lot of people fucking following you.
When I watched the qualifying match, who's going to be the number one contender, and I see Jinder Mahal is in it, I was like, oh, well, there's a throwaway. But I watched him work that match. AJ was in that match. I want to say KO was in that match. But Jinder put in the work. He really shined. He came out, in a sense, and he showed you, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he already knew. And I read an interview with him earlier today on some Yahoo News gimmick where he says, they asked him, when did you know you were going to win the title? He goes, when I walked through the door last night, they told me, you're going over, you're going to win. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they do it. If you read Jericho's books, if you read Mankind's books, if you read The Rock's book, they'll wait till you walk through the door with your bags and they say, hey, you're going over tonight. You're going to win. It adds to the excitement. Now you're basically on point. You have to show the world you deserve this.
That you're getting it, right, exactly. And I mean, and it also says a lot for the person losing the belt, too, because obviously they're finding out the same thing when you're walking through the door. Hey, by the way, you're getting it taken away from you tonight.
And let's give credit to Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. Randy Orton is never one that's afraid to do the honors for somebody.
Oh, God, no. He's
not
been a
Bret
team
Hart.
player. Dude,
oh, yeah.
He's been a team player. It's funny. I just recently watched a video of Randy back in 2009, and I think he was just getting ready. He had, remember the old blue trunks with the 2 yellow stripes down the side, Orton on the fucking back. Stacy Keeler was all over him at the time.
2004, 2005.
Yeah. Remember how cheesy that was? You know what I'm saying? Just so. But he was willing to go with it, and you can just know. Like even when he went with the Legend Killer, you know what I'm saying? Like as much as we hated it, he was willing to go with it.
Oh yeah,
he was willing to go, and that's what I liked about this. He's one of those guys that turned it
I
on.
remember the
He's a man
Legend
for the
Killer
business.
T-shirt. It was the old NWO logo, except it said RKO, and on the back it had Harley Race, Shawn Michaels, this guy, that guy. I loved that shirt.
Yeah, it was a badass shirt.
I'm upset that I never bought it. I had the opportunity, never bought it.
Yeah, it was definitely a great, like I said, it's a great idea, great plan, but he is always one of those guys who's willing to go with it.
Let's give a little bit of credit to Randy Orton. You don't have to. You have stroke now. You've been there 13, 14 years. You don't necessarily have to lay down, and you don't have to go with creative and say, we want Jinder to go over.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
here's
not only
why I
that,
think
he,
it
like we
sucks.
said, he beat the bejesus out of him,
Yep.
dude. He
Randy
literally
just went, okay.
Yeah.
And I watched that match. What was it, 7 minutes long, give or take?
Yeah.
And Jinder beat the ever-loving shit
The
out of
whole
him.
match.
Yeah.
There was not a time when I was like, fuck, is Randy coming back from this? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. It just wasn't going to happen, dude. It was fucking absolutely insane.
Since we're having fun, let's have some fun. This weekend was the 25th anniversary of one of your favorite albums and one of my favorite albums, and an album that Ed could give half a fuck about. Kiss Revenge turned 25 on May 19th.
That's kind of, and it's funny.
I tried.
You tried Unholy, but it's a very, very bad version of the song, right? It
was a YouTube gimmick that didn't work.
It didn't work out too well. So we
What with
the
Donna
thing-
Summer?
which, by the way, you blew up.
Thank
dude.
you.
You absolutely fucking
I
blew
tried.
up. Like
I
I
wish
said,
you-
there's very few people that I will admit that can totally take, say, what we like to call karaoke. And especially last minute. You went with it, dude. I got to give it to you because the crowd.
Thank you.
The crowd wanted it.
They sang with me.
I
That was
gave
great.
it to them.
Thank you to Viking Entertainment, by the way.
You fucking drilled it, dude. It was awesome. It was a great, great time, dude. I was so busy singing along and laughing my ass off, dude. I forgot to fucking record it.
Give me your memories on Revenge.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take you guys down a little path of little mischievous Loki back in the project days.
Which would have made you, I'm trying to think, I was 20, which made you 18-ish, 17-ish when
I was
Revenge
14,
came out.
I think.
Yeah.
I moved
Nobody's
out.
talking to you. We're talking
yeah.
metal.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
I'm kidding.
I think I'm junior in high school at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you were a junior when I started junior high, I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That does.
Yeah.
So me and Brandon's big thing was Norristown Mall,
Oh, God, here it comes.
Caldor,
Yep.
Razor Blade,
Yep.
disappeared CDs, So that's how we got our
Never
CDs.
happened.
Needless to say, when that one came out, Caldor was not going to have the explicit.
No, that's right. That was at the beginning of the edited.
Exactly. So
Because there was a lot
weren't-
of cuss words on that album, which was strange for Kiss.
Exactly. And, well, at the time, they kind of needed to do it because that's what everybody was kind of doing.
It was the
You know what I'm
rebirth.
saying? Right, exactly. So,
Because that was the
I
same
had
time
to-
as the fucking Two Live Crew shit.
Two Live Crew body
and
count had
Exactly.
just
body,
hit.
Yes. Yes.
Because they were up on obscenity charges in Florida, so everyone was scared to carry those albums.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
Kiss said, fuck it, we're going to do it.
So what we
In
had
the
to
video,
do.
Paul Stanley's wearing a shirt that says "fuck" in the Unholy video. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
So what we needed to do, right, is we needed to pre-order these things.
Yep.
So we had to go next door, and our big thing was we would go to, Caldor's, get our CDs,
Mhm.
and then we would go in and we would take them over to University Music,
Turn them in.
turn them in, get our credit, and then boom. Well, I pre-ordered fucking Kiss. Me and Brandon, it was the first album that we both got the album. We anticipated it to be that badass. And I got to say, I'm sitting there listening to it, and the first one that ever grabbed me was Unholy. And just hearing him sing because I
Gene
wasn't
Simmons-
a huge.
Gene Simmons
I
was
wasn't
back.
right. Exactly. I wasn't a huge Kiss fan, dude. I didn't do I didn't listen to him as much as I think I did when Unholy came out. When Unholy came out, I was totally into him at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here's Gene, totally singing. And I'm like, holy crap! His voice is like, he was just
Right?
growling. The guitar sounded so. It was just
Bruce
badass,
Kulick,
dude. It was
and I
badass.
said this to friends at the time. I'm like, Bruce Kulick, as the guitarist, sounded violent. It was like he put every ounce of his energy into every riff, and it just reached in, it grabbed your heart, and it pulled that sumbitch out.
Yeah, exactly.
He was tough. And this is the guy where if you go back, album before, it was, let's try to be Eddie Van Halen light. Nope, I'm just going to rip your fucking throat out with this solo. And
Exactly.
he owned it.
Exactly.
Sam Goody Music, Augusta, Georgia, 1992. I went in on May 19th. I bought the cassette. I flew home the next day, and I met up with my friend Andy, and we went to the Avalon, which is now the House of Blues in Boston, and we went to the Kiss Club show. And they played every song from the record. They played I Stole Your Love, Love Gun, Rock and Roll All Night, blah, 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 blah. But for 3 hours, we got bombarded at this club with just Kiss, Kiss, Kiss. It was like awesomeness. And I remember playing it for my friend Matt, who was a fringe Kiss fan. You know, he knows Rock and Roll All Night. He knows Detroit Rock City. He knows Love Gun. And I said, take this. Take it home, listen to it. We're hanging out tomorrow. We're drinking beer, watching the Yankees. Just take it home. He came back the next day, handed me the cassette back. He goes, I'm buying this tomorrow. This is badass. To me, the quintessence, that could have been easily a follow-up in 76 to Destroyer. That could have been a follow-up in 82
See,
to Creatures.
I didn't listen. I didn't. The Destroyer.
But when you go back
totally
into
buy.
the discography, yeah, that could have easily been the landmark album. There's nothing, with the exception. Well, I know we talked about it before. I pass over. I can't remember the name of the song now. I always pass it over. Domino. I always pass over Domino. So for a record with 12 songs, you only pass over one. That's an
awesome.
accomplishment.
That's awesome.
There are CDs I buy now where there's 12 songs and I pass over 6.
I told you, there's barely. I can
Chrome
literally
is awesome.
count like on my one hand how many albums I can do that with. Like I said, Empire is one of them.
Yeah.
I want to say Toys in the Attic from fucking
my God.
Aerosmith is one of them.
I'm gonna say the Young Guns 2 soundtrack. I can just
That
pop.
wasn't-
I can
that
just
was-
pop that in and listen to
That's
it.
badass.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Unholy. Like I
Bad
said,
Motorfinger by Soundgarden,
There's
same thing.
There's very few songs that you skip and you're just like beginning to end all the way there, man.
I can just think back how many songs on that record I wish I went to that tour, not only at the club show, but when they toured the country. They played 5 songs off that record. And I remember saying, well, why isn't Heart of Chrome being played? Why isn't Tough Love being played? Why isn't this one being played? All of them. To this day, if I went to see Kiss this summer, which I don't know if they're touring, if they played Heart of Chrome, I'd lose my shit. I may jerk off for the first time at a Kiss concert. I would lose my ever-loving shit. And Ed, I know you're not a Kiss fan. I know you fuck with me tremendously about being a Kiss fan. This album, and if you ever get a chance to listen to it, is exactly where they should have been from 82 when they started chasing Bon Jovi, when they started chasing Van Halen, and when they started chasing everything, and you got Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, Tears Are Falling. I'm sure you're aware of all these songs.
Probably.
If Creatures would have been followed by Revenge, there's no lull in the Kiss Army. But you have that 10-year span where you got Pap, you got Stock, you got every bullshit. I get the best way to put it is trend.
Yeah.
You had every bullshit trend. They hired Vinnie Vincent, which is a bunch of...
Didn't they like dabble in disco at one point?
That was in 79.
Yeah.
But it made sense. It was still rocking, but it made sense. When you listen, if you ever get a chance, and
I'll ask Alexa.
Yeah.
I'll ask Alexa to play it.
Alexa, play Heaven's on Fire. You'll just hear them chasing a trend. If you say, Alexa, play Crazy Crazy Nights, they're chasing a trend. Alexa, play Take It Off. You'll hear what Kiss was, the Kiss that we all fell in love with at one point or another. It was I Stole Your Love. It was Love Gun. It was Detroit Rock City. It was a rebirth. We've had enough of dicking around, and we're going to make a good album. We're going to make a great album.
I'm flexing. The producer mug's being flexed.
Good. Flex it. What do you got? My cup runs under, but I can't do anything.
We need to come up with the ultimate top 10 of albums that you can listen to straight through.
Oh, I could do that now. But
we need the ultimate.
The ultimate?
The ultimate list that transcends genre.
Sure. I could do that now.
And we'll tell Loki.
Yeah. Bring him in. I'm gonna when he sits down, I'm gonna switch.
And this ultimate top 10 list will be Patreon only.
Ooh.
I'll tell you right now, one of them.
No, you can't.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it will blow your mind. You will not. No, I guarantee you.
I think you know a couple albums I'm thinking of.
I guarantee you would not guess this one, and it is one of the ones that I actually used to when I was working at Antonino, Pontiac, GMC, whatever the fuck.
My first car.
Yeah.
I would test ride these vehicles, and I had this disc, and I literally would put it in, and my guy would get mad at me because I'd come in blaring this fucking music.
Fuck that guy.
There's an album that I think everybody has. Like, if you're buying a new stereo or a car, you pop this album in.
Yes.
And it's like, let's hear how this album sounds in this car. I'll tell you if I'm going to buy it.
Yes.
So when are we doing this? On Patreon only tonight?
No, not tonight. We got to think about it.
All right.
So there's 10. We got to come up with.
That'd be like 3.5 each.
Three. Yeah,
3.25
we got to
each.
come up with 3 each.
Do it like right now.
I could do that right now. Absolutely.
Then we all need to agree on the number one.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So we can come up with 10 through 2, and we got to agree to number one. And the only way you folks can be able to hear it is on Patreon.
You can't.
And when do we reveal it?
When do we reveal it?
Here's something. If 2 people or all of us vote on the same album, that immediately puts it in the top echelon for number one.
Yeah, I agree. And then you have to replace it with another one.
That's what I'm saying. So we each come up with 4, and we'll see if we agree on. Right. See if one of us agrees on one of them. That one becomes number one.
Okay.
Sounds
all right.
That works for me.
I'm already.
And we'll reveal this on Patreon. So
I already got my 3.
I got.
Oh, I need 4, right? I need 4.
Need 4.
Oh, that's easy.
4.
That's easy. Then it's.
I got one more. Here it comes.
Wait a minute. Should we have rules? Nope. Like certain types of albums disqualified?
Okay, go ahead. I would say
no greatest hits.
Nope.
Okay, I'll buy no greatest hits.
No greatest
that
hits.
works because that
none
makes
of mine
sense.
are greatest hits. I wrote my 4.
How do you feel about TV soundtracks or movie soundtracks? Disqualified?
Okay, so
no, they're relevant. They're relevant because it's all new material. Most of them are all new material.
Real quick, we had Jason Lyon say it earlier during our show. In case you guys in the comments haven't been paying attention, now Janelle Roberts just wrote it. Breaking news: police are responding to reports of an explosion at Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester Arena in England. The statement: police said there is deaths, injuries after reports and a lot of stuff.
Fuck,
So
dude.
I saw another one too. That's
we wanted to have fun.
I don't know if it's fake news, but it's saying Tom Brady was injured in an accident, but I think it's fake news.
Probably.
Wait a minute, is it on was he on vacation? That's like old school.
Yeah.
But if it is Tom Brady, you stupid motherfucker. Madden curse. Alive, baby. For all of us that are a little bit deep down inside, it happened to Gronk.
Michael Vick.
It happened to Hey, can I ask you something? What happened to Peyton Ellis? Or Hillis?
Bye.
What? What's that name?
Bye.
Yeah, wasn't he a Browns running?
Bye.
What? What happened to
Bye.
Eddie George?
Bye.
Oh, hey, remember when Adrian Peterson was on the cover?
Bye.
And the next fucking he tore his MCL? Yeah, buddy.
Look, guys, concerts are someplace you're supposed to go to have a great time and release your angst. And depending on what genre of music you go to see, you go to dance, you go to have a great time. People who pull this shit,
Cowards.
exactly.
You fucking cowards.
Where was this at?
Manchester.
England. Manchester, England.
Of
An
course.
explosion.
Yep.
I'm going to the story now, if I can.
Has anyone said the I word yet?
Which is?
Islamic terrorism.
I'm going to go check that. I'm going to break up.
I hate to say it, but it's the
But
truth.
no, it's the truth. At this fucking point, yeah, and let's not forget. Obviously, poking the bear, that whole 9 things. England's been a huge fucking
the whole European Union has been letting a lot of immigrants in or refugees in.
exactly, and that's
Germany is having problems. What's the other? Was it Switzerland?
Yeah, all the places.
Switzerland's been having problems.
England now, obviously having problems. You know, that's
I think after the reaction to here we go. We're going on this. After the reaction in Syria, I do think they want to poke the bear because we have a
that's what I'm
we
saying.
have a monkey as
All right,
president.
all right, I got the story.
And like I said, there are allies, and who's better to fucking? It's just like it's the oldest fucking trick in the book, man. Why doesn't Spider-Man want to be fucking Spider-Man? Because once you find out who the fuck Spider-Man is, if you can't beat his ass, what do? You go to the people he cares about,
Right.
and you fuck them up.
Well, that's why they all have secret identities.
Exactly. But that's exactly what's going on here. You can't fuck up America, so what are you going to do? You're going to start fucking with the people that fucking America cares about.
Not even that, dude. We have a mentally unstable man
Well,
in charge of the military right now.
Exactly.
So
No. The military is in charge of the military. According to our great president, the reason why everything has been going on is because he put full confidence into our fucking generals. Now that scares the shit out of me.
military intelligence.
That scares the shit out of me. Why does it scare the shit out of me? Because people that sit in the fucking military are exactly thinking that.
Because I'm not knocking
We've said it a
service.
million times.
Yeah, I'm not
It's a
knocking
broadsword.
service. I'm not knocking service, but generals, admirals, they're more politicians than they are servicemen. Let's keep it real.
Exactly.
And they're at the pleasure of the president. And if the president's saying, I'll sign off on whatever you want to do,
Now all of a sudden
let
these
me
guys,
drop a big fucking bomb.
I've been waiting for them to say this. Are you serious?
This is going to expire. Can I drop it?
now.
I'll read the story real
All right, go
quick.
ahead.
I know we wanted to have fun today, but since it came in, several people have died following reports of an explosion Monday night at an Ariana Grande concert in northern England. A representative said the singer was not injured. There was no immediate details of what happened during the concert by the American singer, but police have advised the public to avoid the area surrounding the Manchester arena. Joseph Carrozza, a representative from Grande's U.S. record label, said the singer is okay and they are investigating what happened. A video from inside the arena showed the concertgoers screaming as they made their way out amid the sea of pink balloons, which probably fell from the ceiling or whatnot. The Dangerous Woman Tour is the third concert tour by Grande to support her new album, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, dangerous.
From Manchester, the tour is to move through Europe, Belgium, Poland, Germany, Switzerland, and France through the summer. Early reports have 20 people dead, several others injured. Once again, act of cowardice. The videos are out there. I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to put it up on the big screen here. Retarded is the best word I could use. Why? What are you trying to prove?
I think we just hit the nail on the head. Like
we can cover this more next week when we have more information.
Yeah.
We'll do more breaking news.
Oh, speaking of which, new information real quick before we go into the top 10. You said you found out information about my show from Tim
Oh,
Allen
Last
there.
Man Standing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
thank
shared
you.
a video about that. Most of what we said was pretty spot on. That the ratings were starting to drop a little bit. Apparently, the price tag on the show was really high.
It's Tim Allen.
Yeah,
I know he asked
and
for...
he's in the 7th year, and that's contract negotiation time, and
it's make or break deal.
right, exactly. So that might have played a role in it. There's no definite yes or no whether or not politics was involved. I'm sure it had something to do with it.
It was getting very... like I said, you guys weren't watching it a whole lot. I was watching it.
No.
It was getting very political, especially during the whole Trump run.
Well, of course.
A lot of his jokes was leading towards the presidential races. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I imagine he probably lost a lot of people during that, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, if you're number 1 and you drop to number 8, you're still in the top 10. What the fuck?
fucking my bad.
there were other
Hold
shows.
on. Before we even... you said 20 people.
Yeah.
So hearts go out to them.
Absolutely.
and we
to the
joke about
families.
Ariana Grande. We don't want to see anything bad happen to her.
Obviously,
Not to her,
no.
not to her
and
fans.
not to her fans, not to anybody.
We don't
that was
want
out there.
Kanye West to do things to
No,
her
that was-
with his...
with his
You
little.
know, well,
with his
it
little
wasn't
Vienna,
you. It was Millennial Man,
With his
and he
little-
will never be on this show again.
with his little Vienna
I'll
sausage.
decide that. Do that at a Nickelback concert. Don't do that at
But I bet
Ariana
you,
Grande.
I bet you they
Flex!
are like that big though.
Wow. Just you seriously.
Give him a mug. Give him a mug. He goes off the deep end.
Our hearts.
I finally get a cup here, folks.
God.
That's what
Our
it is.
hearts go out.
But yeah, no, we don't want anybody to get hurt. We know a lot of people love her music, and you go in there to have a good time, watch the show, and hopefully go there for some safe fun.
No, absolutely, and it is. It's absolute
And-
bullshit.
It goes
Absolute
back to the
bullshit.
station fire earlier. You don't go thinking your life's in jeopardy. You go just to let yourself
Just like
go.
you said, to have a good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
to have yourself a good time. But back to the whole Tim Allen thing. Like I said, hearts go out to the family. We really do. We to anybody lost in that, it's a fucking tragedy. I hope they find the coward, and we need to start fucking publicly executing these motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
Not
no,
yet.
no
Like I
more.
said, we'll know
reports
more
yet.
for the next show. We don't want to get into it because we're pretty much.
I mentioned the I word and the
yeah,
T
we
word.
already put IT together. Islamic terrorism's been. It's a question that we have. We don't know if it's true. Could be. Couldn't be.
Knowing how our military intelligence is, we'll bomb Australia because it happened in England.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
We
typical
love,
bullshit.
We love how that works. And then send the sub out to fucking Russia. I do got to say that with this whole Tim Allen thing, I love him. I think he's a great
He
comedian.
is. He's awesome.
But I'll tell you what, he only touches a select group. And that's pretty much our group.
Now, yeah.
and let me say this.
In the home
Our
improvement
group-
days, it was a large.
No, right,
scope.
but this show, but even you're not watching this show. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
watch it once.
that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people.
I honestly, the only reason I'm not watching it is because like Hulu doesn't do shows from that network,
right.
so it's never on there. I mean,
Yeah.
Netflix has the old shows, and I actually
Sling
thought
TV has it.
Sling TV does have it, and you can too.
How do you find Sling TV?
Just go to LokiandJabroni.com. I got links on the site. We're professionals.
Absolutely.
And yeah, the only reason I wasn't watching it is because like it'd been a while since Home Improvement. I've been disconnected from that, and,
Right.
and the show came up, and it wasn't available to me. Maybe now, I don't know.
Well, see, it's
So-
it's funny that you bring that point up because that's exactly it. When you're only touching on, say, this generation, and this generation, we're working our asses off. Let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
by the time we're done doing everything we have,
Some of us don't
that's
have
what I'm saying.
time
Exactly.
for
You're like,
episodic
dude,
television.
why aren't you reading the book? I really don't have time. You know what I enjoy? I enjoy
It took
playing
you
video
6
games.
months to finish the book I gave you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But you finished
Well,
it.
if
What
the
I did,
show
right.
takes off, he can have more time to read a book. Come on.
True.
See?
Maybe we'll make another show, Loki's Book Hour.
There you go. I would listen to
Slap
that
a smoking
every
jacket on him and a pipe.
You better give me those coloring books because that's what you'll be doing.
Smack a
week.
smoking jacket on him and a pipe. Be like, today's piece of literature.
Today I read Stephen Avery. And,
Today I read Cat in the Hat.
Wow.
It was a riveting experience about a cat, this silly feline who had a hat upon his head all day.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
And I don't want to give it away, but he trashes the house. Oh,
Totally.
nice. Such fun.
Thing
such
one
fun.
and thing two, you dastardly beasts.
Nice.
But another thing too, like when it comes to entertainment, like I don't know about you, but my docket's pretty full. You know, it's like and it moved towards different kind of television. I mean,
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
Like we're pretty much into The Walking Dead, or we're pretty much into
Walking Dead and fucking Blacklist for me. You know what I'm saying?
The
I
Outsiders.
love Blacklist.
Yeah, all of it.
James Spader.
The Netflix is creating like these really great shows, including
my
a
God.
prequel to
Dark Crystal.
Ah!
Do you guys hear
Right?
that? It is a prequel to the Dark Crystal.
Dude.
So it's before the events.
Do it for
of-
me like you used to. Do it like you used to.
Here's a present. Please be friends. Be friends, please.
And
I love that shit.
This is why I work with this guy. This is why I work with this guy.
I've been waiting to say, like, please do it for me like you used to. Draw me like one of your French girls.
Ah, nice.
Dude, I fucking love that movie, man.
And
The
Jim
Crystal-
Henson is still doing it. Brian Henson, his son, is working on it. It's going to be exciting.
That's awesome.
It
I
sounds
I love when
great.
you bring someone in like
I'm
that.
looking forward to it.
The Dark Crystal, if you guys don't remember, essentially it was all puppets. It was done by the Jim Henson creation team. I mean, the things that were in here just blew your imagination. And growing up as a kid, just seeing this stuff happening was amazing. So to have a prequel, and we talk about this all the time. Don't reboot it.
No.
Either give us a prequel or continue the story.
Right.
That's what I fucking want. I want to know, like, I still
Where
remember
did it
his name
start,
is Jace.
or where does it go
His name
from
was
there?
Jace.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to know what brought it on, where the Dark Crystal came from. Remember, these were two beings that came together that became the ultimate light. They separated when the crystal came. So it's like they're gonna give us this story, and it's a Netflix
And they do
series.
great work.
And let's be honest, I know Iron Fist has been getting a lot of hate on it, and I don't see why. But I will say this: Netflix has been batting 1,000.
Oh, without
with
question.
their fucking series.
Without question.
Whoever is writing for these guys, dude, they're
You
on
could-
fire.
You could take.
They're on fire.
Iron
You could take.
Fist is not the best.
No, but
Not the
watched
worst
it.
no,
either.
no. You could
I'm not
take.
an Iron Fist fan, anyways. I'm not. I know he's like one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe. I never really
Whatever.
I never really read him. I wasn't a huge fan. I mean,
You know what was missing from Iron Fist, honestly?
the show.
Motorhead.
Luke Cage.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Have you watched the Defender trailers?
Yes, yes,
Have you seen the back and forth between him and Luke Cage?
yes. And
That's
how
Iron Fist and Power Man.
That's how it should be.
And I think that's what was missing there, because Luke Cage and Iron Fist are a team.
Yes.
When
And
you- when-
that dynamic is missing.
When
It
you
is.
can
It's
get a
not even
heavy
there.
metal band to write a song about your comic, you've made it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Seriously, Motorhead wrote Iron Fist because of the fucking comic. Lemmy
Yeah.
was a fan. Look, whether it's Iron Fist, Fuller House, 13 Reasons Why, Netflix is got their finger on the pulse of what people
I don't.
want.
I don't even think of them as a service anymore. I think of them as another network now.
Exactly.
Like the content they've been coming out with.
Their
is
series,
crazy.
their series that they put out are better than anything, and I will put 13
Oh,
Reasons
God,
Why.
dude.
all
I
that.
mentioned to him earlier.
Daredevil. You had me watch Daredevil
Punisher,
last year.
Fucking, I mean,
Anything
dude, it was-
you can find on your local NBC, ABC, CBS affiliates, anything Netflix does, buries everything.
Dude, the Flash.
I loved Luke Cage. I don't know if you actually got to watch the Luke Cage
I
show.
did.
Luke Cage is-
That guy, Mike Colton is the actor.
He's bad
fucking great.
No, he drills it.
He's fucking
drills it.
great. And it's so funny in that show, too, because if you follow the comics, you know him and Jessica Jones end up getting married
Oh yeah.
and even having kids together.
Yeah.
And so when you see him with these other chicks, and it's like, you know you ain't going to last, right?
Dude, the best. I love that team. Like that team. In DC, you have Black Canary and Green Arrow. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes. Yeah.
They have kids. They live normal lives. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to it, they still save the world. It's cool because as a teen growing up reading that shit, you didn't dig it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't buy the story.
Yeah, it was kind of stopped.
As an adult having kids
stopped.
now, like I literally find myself going back and reading old Green Arrow comics and reading old Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, the old Defenders, dude. And I get it now. You know what I'm saying? When these guys write, when they're doing their stories, when they're doing their comic book stories, they're living their lives like pretty much like we are right now.
Right.
But they're just writing their stories pretty much essentially out there.
When you're 17, you don't want to read that.
You don't want to read that shit. All you give a fuck about is, oh my God, here we go. They're dogging it again. Or, oh, this is the match I've been waiting for. Fucking
Right.
Venom came in here. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
I remember, like, I think it was in the 90s when they really started humanizing the comic characters. And
Yes.
giving them normal lives, like
Yes.
Lois Lane and Superman got married and this, that, and the other thing. And people were, like, resistant to it.
One of my favorite fucking moments from DC is when fucking, Batman and Superman are fucking Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, and he goes up to the freaking party and he goes, "Hey Bruce, I gotta talk to you," blah 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 blah. And fucking Bruce is like, "Yeah, come on," and he goes in back, gets him each a shot, and he goes, "So, what's this big thing you want to tell me?" And he goes, "Well," he goes, "you guys are pregnant, huh?" And it was just that look, you know, the connection that Bruce and fucking that Clark had. They were the Justice League. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they were the Justice League. And then when this whole, you know, the new Injustice came out, and this is where they went with it, the new storyline.
That human interaction for me came out with Death in the Family when Robin got blown up.
Yeah.
And somehow the Joker becomes the ambassador to Iran. And the Joker walks the aisle. And
I can
Bruce
see
Wayne,
that.
You see the panels in front of you
where
they're just staring at each other. And it's like 8 panels. And it's just face, 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 face. And they're looking at each other. And they both know who the other one is. Like, you're the guy that killed my partner. I now know who you are.
Yeah.
You're the guy that killed my partner. I now know who you are. The mystery is over. That, to me, was when comics got humanized, and going forward into some of these other stories, like the death of Superman and things like that, it humanized.
It's funny because, like, you know, the Flash died.
I remember
and nobody, there was no articles written on it. You know what I'm saying?
when the Flash went to jail.
But we're just talking about major deaths. We're talking about major deaths.
In the Flash, though, like Barry Allen is not the original Flash.
No,
anyway.
exactly. No.
So he's the most popular. Jay Garrick.
Jay Garrick. Yeah.
So the Barry Allen's most popular.
But when the Flash went
But
to
Jay
jail,
Garrick's
I was
original
glued to
and
that
then Wally
series.
West.
Wally West came after, right?
I was glued to the series when the Flash went to jail. I'll never forget walking into the comic den and picking up the latest issue, and it was the Flash on the top, like every comic book has, and it says, "The Flash is guilty."
Yeah.
And my heart sank.
Speaking of comics, I read the most fucking. I was actually offended. It was the most offensive.
Not you.
Yeah, it was the most offensive article I ever read about Captain Marvel that's coming up. And
Wow.
like Marvel's Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, Marvels.
And they were complaining about the fact they were using I'm forgetting her name. The woman's story. All of a sudden, I'm blanking.
Who, Captain Marvel?
Yeah. What's her name?
What's her? Oh fuck!
Crap.
No, that's
No. Captain Marvel.
No, Captain Marvel is. Damn it! Yeah, I forgot her name too.
Regardless.
Anyway, the article was going on like. The first line of the arc was literally like, nobody cares about a butch lesbian superhero, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, just going on and on. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is my favorite Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, I was never impressed with Captain Marvel.
No, when he was a dude, it was just like fucking Captain Britain. Remember him? Everybody liked Psylocke, and Captain Britain was her fucking useless brother who, you know the story behind Captain Britain, right? You know what he is.
Yes,
like, he's Superman as long as he doesn't leave Britain.
Carol Danvers.
Carol.
All right.
The Carol Danvers. He was bitching
yes.
that they were going to go with the Carol Danvers storyline.
I remember that.
And I'm like, I like Carol Danvers. I like that Captain the dude Captain
Dude, let's
Marvel.
talk-
It was so worthless.
Exactly. And just like I said, just like with this fucking Captain Britain guy, he's fucking just absolutely a useless fucking stupid son of a bitch. But obviously in Britain, he's the fucking man. You have the same thing with the Green Lanterns. Mm-hmm. John Stewart came after fucking what's his face?
We're doing terrible.
Yeah,
today.
we are, dude. I can't even.
The Ryan Reynolds movie killed me.
Whatever the fuck his name is. But anyways, he was the first one. John Stewart ended up becoming the fan favorite, and they ended up drawing him into the actual Justice League cartoon. You know what I'm saying? So when they ended up first putting in the white version of him, which God damn it, I can't fucking remember his name.
I can't either.
The Man Without Fear, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck.
Daredevil, Man Without Fear.
No, no. That was also no. See, that's Marvel's Man Without Fear. DC is the Green Lantern,
right?
And he
Hal
was
Jordan.
Hal Jordan.
Oh my God, we're so stupid today.
Yeah,
I know.
we really are. This
Fuck.
is fucking 6 beers in. That's
Fuck.
Hal Jordan is, the original.
I've been drinking
like
coffee.
I said.
I know you have.
Yeah.
Show that beautiful bean footage.
No, I can only do it when I flex.
Flex
Exactly.
again.
God damn it! All right, I gotta fire one of you, Loki. You're
Sure.
gone.
Oh no, your
Aw.
fingers are in the way, bro. Do you even coffee? There you go.
Skexy.
Oh my fucking.
A Pop Skexy buying it. Love you, babe.
Just going back on the Dark Crystal for a little bit. Like that movie should have been so much bigger than it was. Like he created,
going to be.
He created this incredible world.
It's gonna
like,
be. That's the best part about this. This is gonna be. That's why I was just saying when you were going to the bathroom there, dude. Like this is gonna be the prequel. This is like they're gonna be joined.
Yeah.
Like these beings
You're gonna see them split.
right.
And-
Exactly. The whole story on why they split and what happened, because that was like what I think they said when the Dark Crystal story happened. It was like that for like what
A
I
long
think
time.
like a couple hundred years, like that they were at. So
Because their leaders were both dying.
exactly. So
'Cause they
they're
were
like
connected. Yeah.
they're totally like you totally got decades of
Right.
story that you can go with this, man. I'm like,
And that was the
Super
introduction.
excited.
That was the introduction of one of the most popular cat names, Fizzgig.
Yeah.
yep,
Good
yep,
call.
I
Yeah.
agree. That and fucking I just saw another poster, Jeepers Creepers 3.
Oh wow.
Who else
I've
is
been
a
waiting
Creeper
for-
fan?
I do like that movie.
Who's a Creeper fan? I fucking love the Creeper.
Although the director is a convicted pedophile, but
John Carpenter. That's a convicted felon.
I'm sorry, do you not want to hear that?
No, I just like how is that going to fuck up the Creeper?
No, I'm just saying, like,
It could fuck up the creeper.
I mean, he went to
okay.
jail for it. He
Look,
went to jail and came back.
I know, I get that, but,
Roman
like,
Polanski?
Do you think he's going to turn
Never
around?
went to jail.
Do you think he's going to turn around and make the fucking Creeper a pedophile?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Look,
dear.
we all know
Never convicted.
I know he was.
I don't believe he did it.
You're so really. I love him to death, dude.
I don't believe he
I
did
think
it.
he's great. I think he is the king. No, he's no.
There's no amount of money that you can offer
Did you
me.
see the fucking Giphy I sent us? Where he's sitting there spraying his Johnson 40 fucking times, and then the person is like, "No, try your chest," and he's like, "No, let me keep spraying my Johnson." Do you know why his Johnson smelled, Ed?
Because he dances a lot.
Oh my god. I'm just
You keep believing that, David Hasselhoff.
Dude, I don't care how much. I don't care how much money someone offers me. If you molest my kid, you are going to fry.
You offer me $200 million?
I get that. Me and you get that. But you also have to understand there's some parents out there that will be like,
Maybe
Let
he
me-
didn't do it.
Hey.
Maybe he didn't do it.
Barbara, let me tell you, for $5 million, we can shut the fuck up and we can buy him some Dr. Phil fucking prescriptions.
Or there are some parents that see the things in motion and they see that they can extort Michael Jackson.
Basically, I'll buy both.
and that already happened.
I'll buy.
Those ones that the parents that did give a fuck about their kids, they went right to him. And Jackson was like, "Please don't go to anybody. Please, please, please. Here's
I read the book.
$3 million to shut the fuck up." And the
I'll give
parents
you the
like,
book.
"No,
I'll give you the book, Ed.
$5
I'm never going to read
million.
it.
$5 million.
I'll
I don't have time to read it. Sorry.
Whatever, but
And it's a real book.
Listen. Let's not.
buy both
let's
arguments.
not fucking let. I think we are honestly in a time of our lives where we have really seen celebrities for what the fuck they are. They're fucked up people with
normal
a lot.
people like
no,
us.
they're fucked up people with a lot of money.
Wait.
They're
Not-
fucked up people with a lot of money.
Exactly. Not
What do people with a
not
lot of
normal-
fucking money do? They spend it on stupid
they go
fucking
crazy.
things.
They're susceptible to human failties
Right.
like everything else, is what
They're
I'm saying.
damaged.
I'm not saying they're like us. I'm
They're
just saying
damaged.
they're still susceptible to mental
Like-
damage.
no,
They're
like we
damaged human
Like we
beings.
said in the beginning of the film or beginning of the show. See, I'm already making documentaries
Coming
for myself.
soon.
Already making
The Loki and
documentaries.
Jabroni film.
It is happening.
Duh.
Just like I said in the beginning of the show, if anybody of these fine families want to donate a couple $1,000,000 to us, we will.
If you got it from
The
Michael
three
Jackson,
gentlemen
we'll
right
take
here
it.
at this table, absolutely. We will take $1 million each and pay off our better halves to sit back and let us do this for a year and just blow our fucking minds away.
You can
for
do
a fucking year.
donations. You can do donations anonymously by buying a bunch of Sling
Now-
TV accounts.
Now,
Right.
if at the end of the year you kill yourself, I'm a fucking drug addicted loser who's fucking sleeping
Wait,
with
why
fucking
am I
guys.
dead? Why can't he be dead?
I haven't even gotten him yet.
Okay.
But I'm a drug addicted
Something much worse. Something
loser
much worse
sleeping
is waiting
underneath
for
fucking
me.
Last week
sleeping
you
under-
called me out because they said, "Oh, every time it comes to drugs, I call on Loki," which is
It's true, you do.
It's coincidence
Thank
rather
you.
than
Thank
I've
you.
done a lot more drugs than
I.
Thank you. Thank you. But
again-
every single time.
And again, I listen back and I'm like, "Wow, I really am guilty of that." But now, why am I dead, not him?
Like
It's
I said,
okay.
you
I'm
didn't let me
always
finish.
firing you.
That's true.
So I
Yet
become
I'm the boss.
I
I
become
fired him
a drug
today.
addicted troll
That's
that
true.
sleeps under bridges and fucks men for fucking dollar bills.
I know people like that.
See? And then
Whoa. No one's ever said that. You added that for some reason.
He
I
has
just
that
did.
for a reason.
and you start trying to sell heroin to people on the side streets, making it out of buku bunk shit, and then you end up pissing off the wrong family, and then they torture you, rape you, murder you.
The Cleveland.
Well, I don't want to sell the real
Person.
stuff. They might die.
Exactly. But they end up dying, and that's what happens to you.
All right, yeah, let us do the show for the. I got to do this
That's
one.
worse.
Let us do the show for a year. Let us do the show for a year, and if it doesn't end up in hookers and blow, we're fine.
All right. We've been doing it for 2 years and plus now. So
No,
And we're
this
not
is the
at
money.
hookers and blow.
for
This
the
is-
money,
No, not for the money. Look. It's funny how it all turned right around to this.
has to.
It does. We said the biggest thing about these people is we won't understand their pressure. We don't know because we don't have the money.
We
and
wanna
all
know.
That's what I'm saying. So give us all the money. We'll get the adoring fans. Once you have the money, you can get the adoring fans. That's
Right.
fucking easy as shit, dude.
Look-
Come on.
look at
Let's be
Nickelback.
honest.
Fuck.
Exactly. Once that, so give us a year with this ridiculous amount of money and these fans. And like I said, at the end of this, if I don't want to kill, or if I'm not killing myself, and you're not a drug addicted whore living underneath the bridge, blowing guys for 50 cents, and if you aren't dating 50 Cent and trying to get Kanye West to marry you,
Wow.
then I'd say we were successful.
Kanye's already fucked. That-
Yeah, he's been touched by a Kardashian. I don't know if I want.
Right? He
I
had
know.
to spend Mother's Day with Bruce. Let's just leave it at
Oh
that.
my God! You know what? I think it's about
Can
time.
we just run the top 10
It's
gimmick
time-
real
No,
quick?
no, we're
I was
good,
going
we're
to
good.
say it's time
Yeah.
for the top 10. Here it comes.
I just can't do this anymore.
You're like ahead of me.
I'm-
I don't have the comments you have.
I don't know why.
My last comment was from Brian, and you got like 3 more.
I know. Look, it's Europe.
Look, you got
It's
Europe
fucking
on.
Europe.
You guys are interrupting Europe.
I don't care. They play for
I
us
don't
every
even
week.
have Europe yet.
I have Europe.
I'm so far behind.
Ed, where am I at?
You're good.
All right.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a week of Donald Trump taking over the Coast Guard Academy graduation and turning it into the Donald Trump show. We had a week of Chris Cornell hanging himself. We had a week of a lot of bad things. And when you thought there was no comedy left, Anthony Weiner just kind of rose his head back from the dead and was sending more pictures inappropriately. And as soon as I heard this story, I said, this has got to be my top 10 this week, guys. I really have to just play with the wiener. So, this is the top 10 Anthony Weiner jokes, and my honorable mention is Anthony Weiner has asked for a waiver to take a leave of absence. So the Weiner waiver wants a Weiner waiver.
Hey,
No, go ahead.
did he use a Snapchat filter during?
I'm not quite sure. Because if he did, maybe his dick would have
be
the
kind of
what's
tongue
funny?
and
Yeah,
ears.
like his dick would have like cat eyes with
I
laser
know,
beams coming
right?
out of it.
Anthony Weiner is the reason I even know about Snapchat. Like, I didn't even know what the fuck that was.
Wow.
I didn't know about it till last year either.
Now
was
I send alien pictures to like Amy and Anna.
As well you should. Number 10, it's hard to tell what he's thinking at a press conference because Anthony Weiner is always standing behind a podium. Number 9, I thought congressmen and congresswomen got to mail their packages for free.
They are though. Depends on his.
Exactly. His method of sending. Number 8, there's been a lack of Weiner coverage this week because it's really not hard news.
No, it's pretty soft.
Yeah, I
Soft
got
and
that.
flat.
Number 7, 30 years ago, we were all asked, where's the beef? Well, if you're special enough, Anthony Weiner's going to show you.
Is that an Angus wiener?
We're not sure.
Is that a
Number 6,
Groton
the,
Wiener?
Groot and
right? Number 6, the New York Post headlines from just a couple of days ago was Anthony Weiner says, I'll stick it out. I can't make that shit up, guys. That's a New York Post.
It is.
It's like the fucking National Enquirer of news. Number 5, Anthony Weiner should apologize to Bill Clinton for gimmick infringement.
I'll buy it.
All right. Number 4, what's happening now is just the tip of the wiener. Number 3, his polls continue to rise.
At least one.
I got Ed to laugh. That's what.
I'm sorry. I've been laughing about Anthony Weiner all fucking week.
I know. Same thing.
The headlines can't help but sound dirty no matter how you write
Right?
Yep.
Number 2, this wiener's in for one hell of a fucking rough ride.
This wiener likes Juan.
Right?
I don't know if you've ever seen Anthony Weiner, but he looks like a fucking wiener.
He does.
It's
He
like-
looks like a douchebag. He look. I've seen the covered up pictures with just him and his torso. He's a cut dude for a 50-plus-year-old dude.
I'm not knocking that. But you know what's funny? One of the chicks he got in trouble with, Sydney Leathers, does porn now, and it's pretty.
I
good.
know.
She's pretty hot.
I
So, I mean,
avoided.
it's
I
okay,
avoided
so-
porn on this list for a reason.
I was going to say, not real quick on a pause. You're sending dick pics to a porn star.
She didn't do porn till after that. In fact, one of the first porn she starred in was
Is-
about the Anthony Weiner thing.
no shit.
Okay.
All
Carry
right.
on. I thought she was. I was going to
So,
say.
you know what's
I was gonna
funny,
be like,
too?
how do you impress a fucking porn star by sending
It's
her a
fu-
fucking
you know what's
dick?
funny?
You're a
too?
senator. You can get away with fucking murder.
No, but she's a
Ask
porn
Hillary
star.
Clinton.
She literally takes dicks to the face for dollars, and you're
Okay.
going to send her a dick pic? Like she's seen like 50 of them. She's like a nurse for fuck's
I'll
sake
buy
at
it.
this point. You know what
Anthony
I'm saying?
Weiner is married to Uba Abedin, which worked on the Hillary Clinton campaign. So it's like
There
it's
it
like,
is.
It's
There
like
it is.
all of
There it is.
all of Hillary Clinton's friends have a type.
Just take off the headphones now. Just do it.
Just drop-
Episode 111 is the
Just
end.
drop the mic.
Just do it. I can't even do number 1 now because Ed just fucking killed it all. But I will because the number 1 Anthony Weiner joke is if Anthony Weiner worked at McDonald's, his pickup line would be, just call me McDonald's because I got a quarter pounder and 2 McNuggets for you right here.
Jesus Christ.
How in the world
I would've
do you
done
have such a high-profile position?
Burger King and
And you-
did the grilled wiener.
After getting
Have it your way, motherfucker!
after getting kicked out of Congress for showing his wiener to someone, I don't understand why his gubernatorial campaign failed.
Look. All of us have made mistakes. All of us have learned from our mistakes, and all of us don't do the same fucking mistake over and over
Hey,
again.
he's
and
gotta-
here
Oh.
comes Anthony Weiner. Look, first
now
of all,
he's showing him to minors.
I know.
Which is fucked up.
sexting a 15-year-old. How the fuck does this guy sleep at night? I don't want to know.
He's
I
a
don't want to know.
politician.
Probably.
I was
He's
going
a
to say,
fucking politician.
Yeah, at this fucking point, it don't matter. Politicians sleep very soundly.
Fucking rock stars and politicians, same fucked up
Pretty
mindset.
much.
I'm
They
sorry.
they
We
sleep
spent a
very
lot of time
soundly.
talking about
Yes.
this today.
My-
Rock stars and politicians.
No.
I said it before.
Hey,
I'll say it again.
but it was funny.
There are no.
Well, I had a great time.
There
I'm
are
not
no.
leaving here in a pit of fucking anger as I
There
usually
are no
do.
true statesmen anymore. That's the best you have to offer. You have some that are better than others, but Anthony Weiner is the fucked up
Look,
mindset.
Did you guys? I know it was a joke, and actually, to be honest with you, the way that they got a fucking rouse last night, it probably won't be. Hanks Johnson 2020. Did you guys see that?
Dwayne
Oh,
The
on-
Rock
on
Johnson
Saturday
and
Night
Tom
Live?
Hanks. Yes.
That's a joke. It's not happening.
I get that, but I mean, did you see
Do you-
how
Yeah.
many people literally fell for it?
Yes.
Like, if you look at the
Lost
tweets,
their
dude,
minds.
let this happen. This needs to happen today.
Look,
It's like,
Look.
You know who said that before? Not to cut you
Go
off,
ahead,
but
go ahead, go
you know
ahead.
who said that first or suggested that first?
Jabroni.
Michael Moore.
Oh.
Michael Moore said the only way we're going to beat Trump next time is with someone like Tom Hanks or Dwayne Johnson. And he lists off a bunch of fucking celebrities. The DNC rolled with that. And The Rock and Tom Hanks are making fun of it. They're not politicians.
I get that.
Oh, God,
and the only way.
God, no.
Seriously.
But neither was fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Guy could barely speak English when he first came into this fucking country. The only thing he
if
had
you
on him
if
was
you
fucking-
want to have a prosperous California, you vote for me
He's
on
not-
the App Store.
You know what, though?
And
He's
hey, by
not the
way,
first celebrity California
is
elected.
fucked up right now.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
and what did they have for the last 8 years? Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
It's not the first celebrity California's elected, though.
No, it's not.
Right.
Ronald Reagan being the
Ronald
first.
Reagan. Was it Eastwood?
Eastwood
No,
was
he
a
was
mayor.
a mayor.
Yeah, I was going to say mayor.
Look,
I didn't think he was
I
that big.
said it a year ago. I said it 6 months ago when we talked about the election. Jesse Ventura and Henry Rollins, depending on where they sit, I don't care where they sit.
I'll go
These
with the
are just
Henry Rollins.
Too good. Henry Rollins as the president would fix everything.
I just don't know if I can get behind it.
I could go with it.
I got something for you.
Oh,
I'm going to send you a link. You're going to love it.
I could go with it.
I'd have to, honestly, I'd have to actually sit down and talk to Mr. Rollins.
I'm trying. I've been trying for 2 years to get him on this fucking show, and he's always constantly on tour. He's not like Charlie Benante, who's going to be here in a couple months. He's not like Bob Backlund, who's doing his thing and then he stops for us. Henry Rollins is like this perpetual motion, touring, talking music. He's always on tour. He says it on his, if you ever go to see his speaking gigs or you buy the CDs, he says, I'm at home for like 90 minutes a month, and then I go back out on tour.
yeah.
That's him. He's a perpetual motion. When I emailed him, and I showed you guys the email, he goes, I'm on tour until X. Check me then. I checked him then. He goes, yeah, I'm home for 2 days. I'm going back out, and I'm doing this. Henry Rollins is the busiest man in show business.
If he comes out here, tell him we'll go to his fucking hotel room and we'll set up. I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
right?
I'd love to.
Fucking
Buy him a
half
fucking,
hour, baby.
buy him a cheeseburger and a Coke, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'll fucking roll up in there with some fucking whiskey, dude. I don't know, fucking for
Ab-
Henry Rollins.
He's
fuck
not a
yeah,
drinker.
dude.
He's not a smoker.
yeah,
he's straight
pretty
edge.
straight edge from what I
Absolutely.
understand.
He's really wow.
But that's a guy you
Tell him
need.
we'll go over there and we'll work out.
But wait a minute. He's a guy that will tell you,
No, I
fuck
won't.
you, you're wrong. Fuck you, I'm cool. This is the way it's going to be. And Jesse Ventura, look, you guys can say what you want about the Chris Kyle thing and the Jesse Ventura Chris Kyle thing. I know there's a lot of listeners that say, how can you support
I'm-
Jesse Ventura?
I'm totally with Ventura on the Chris Kyle.
I am too.
Lies are lies.
If Chris Kyle lied, he lied. I'm sorry.
Lies are lies, and the truth
I'm sorry
Guys,
he's dead.
is the
I don't
truth.
want.
Can we
I didn't want
just
Chris
say
Kyle
this?
dead, but
He's fucking human.
Mm-hmm.
All right? All right. This is completely like way off fucking subject as far as like from what this is going on, but
Right.
it's still on the idea of lies. All right. You obviously know the Power Ranger fucking the deal what they had, right? Red Ranger, Green Ranger, John St. Austin.
One of them killed
and-
somebody. One of them.
No,
went off
that's
the deep
that's
end.
the other one. But these guys legitimately hated each other.
Yeah.
Do you know why the Red Ranger or the Green Ranger hated the Red Ranger? Because John St. Austin said he used to be in underground street fighting. And keep in mind, this is back in the 90s. This is back in
Before
the
the
90s.
internet, before
right.
you could check everything.
And he is 18, and he's telling the people on, the rest of the Rangers.
So we got a fight in high school.
No, exactly.
He's underground
but he's
street fighter.
saying, I'm an underground street fighter and I've killed people.
Liar.
Right, obviously. But fucking Jason David Frank is like, you're full of shit, dude.
Christ,
You don't
I
kill
wish I could
people.
remember the name of the guy. I just watched a documentary on him the other day. Was one of the Power Rangers. He bought a boat from a guy, and because he didn't have the money to pay for it, he killed the couple, stole the boat, and eventually was caught.
Oh yeah, that was the one from
Here's
the
the thing.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Because the other one stabbed his fucking roommate
right,
with
here's
a
the thing.
sword.
Jason David Frank was a martial artist going into that show.
Yes.
Martial artist leaving that show.
Yeah.
He was supposed to fight CM Punk, but never did.
What's his name? St. Austin there.
John St. Austin.
Is fat.
Now, yes.
Jason David Frank is fucking scary. He's beast mode.
Right.
So
But back then-
I'm more likely to believe Jason David Frank saying he was
John
an
St.
underground
Austin,
street
though,
fighter.
when he came in, he was a black belt legitimately in Taekwondo.
I'm sure he is.
He was.
So just say you're a black belt in Taekwondo.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. But my point to this being, as we roll around it, is people tend to lie.
Of course.
And
In
when
any
you,
way, shape, or form, you're
and-
According to House,
and not
everybody
only that-
lies.
Not only that, now let's
You're gonna make me go get a beer, aren't you? You are gonna make me
not
go
only
get a beer.
that, not only that. Let's just say this. Now you are AKA the greatest sniper America has ever known.
And I'll buy that. However,
Do you add a couple stories to make
did.
yourself a little?
Actually, he did.
That's what I'm saying.
He
I read
added-
the book.
That's what I'm
I read
saying.
the book.
That's what I'm
ribbons.
saying.
He added
So
I read the book.
How the fuck are you going to get mad at Jesse the Body Ventura?
Here's where people got
for
mad.
saying
Because he didn't drop the lawsuit
No,
after he
wait,
died.
no. And I brought this up on the show before. Once Chris Kyle was the principal in the lawsuit.
Yes.
And once Chris Kyle dies, it reverts to the estate. There's no
It
way
does.
there's no way for Jesse Ventura to drop that suit because according to the law
It was already filed.
in Texas where he lived and where the suit was filed,
I
it
think we watched
immediate-
the same interview.
Exactly. It immediately reverts to the state, and the state continues the case. Now, for those of you out there who say Jesse Ventura's anti-American and he's disrespecting
No,
Chris
he's-
Kyle,
he's-
first of all,
he's
Jesse
one of the most
Ventura,
American motherfuckers you'll ever meet in
Jesse
your life.
Ventura is a Navy SEAL who served in Vietnam on 2 different tours. Jesse Ventura is a guy who believes in the concept of America should belong to the Americans, not to the government, not to the congressman.
And if you guys have
not
never
to the
watched any of his
senators.
show, that's exactly what he's trying to do.
I've been
He
chasing Jesse
tries-
Ventura for 2 years to be on this show, and I keep getting roadblocks because Jesse doesn't do this and Jesse doesn't do this, and
He lives off the grid, bro.
He does.
exactly.
No, he
and
does.
I want
He's-
him here to explain that. But what you guys don't understand, and if you did a little research, you would have found this out. For those of you who want to continue to shit on Jesse Ventura, that wasn't Jesse's call. If you read one of his books, he'll tell you he wanted to pull the case, can't do it. Why? Because Texas law states if you are in an active lawsuit with, I don't know what you call it, he would be the defendant,
Yeah.
Chris Kyle, and he dies, it immediately goes against
estate,
the
yep.
estate. It wasn't Jesse's choosing. He tried to pull out. So for all you misinformed motherfuckers who don't do your homework,
Yeah, it seems
this
to
is
be-
how it is.
That seems to be the that seems to be the setup for everything.
Pretty much.
around
And
here. People
here's
just
the
don't
bottom
do
line.
that
Here's the
That's
bottom
the
line.
truth.
The court agreed with Jesse
yes.
that
There was-
Chris Kyle lied. Doesn't anybody
Exactly.
care about that?
No, it's because people listen to
right.
Because you're
alternative-
shitting on an American hero.
alternative facts.
Bingo.
Is what it rests on. Yes, he lied. However, he's an American hero, so therefore we're going to look past that and we're going to
Doesn't
look at
mean-
that.
here's
I
the-
agree.
If he is an American hero, it doesn't mean he wasn't a dick.
There's-
JFK is
and that's
an
George
American-
Washington owned slaves, father of the country.
Bingo.
Might have been a
Thomas
dick.
Jefferson owned he fucked them.
Right.
He owned him and fucked them for crying out loud.
JFK's an American hero who's fucking Marilyn Monroe for 3 years.
Actually, nothing wrong with that.
Bingo.
I was going to say.
Yeah, no, sorry. Jackie,
I don't find
Maryland. Jackie, Maryland. And
And while I'm at it, I'm looking Betty White up too. Fuck.
At that point, I would have picked Betty White. I don't find either of Jackie or Marilyn attractive. That's just me. I would.
That's what happens when you're gay.
I would have. You would know, but I would have taken Betty Page.
You sucked my ass.
Not even close.
It's like
However,
125 feet now.
for
It's
anybody,
awesome.
for
My
any-
ass?
for anybody who says Jesse Ventura is anti-American, do your fucking homework.
No, he absolutely isn't. I don't think there's one single person at this table is going to pull out the devil's advocate. So if any of you listeners want to pull out the devil's advocate, go ahead and leave us a comment. Call us. Leave us
Easy
the
answer
message.
to this.
Go ahead.
Easy answer to this whole thing. 2 things can be true, people.
Which is
Chris Kyle won some awards.
Yep.
He's an American hero.
truly
He lied about Jesse Ventura. 2
Yes.
things can be true.
Jesse Ventura is also an American hero in Vietnam with the Navy SEALs and doing his underwater demolition.
He did a service.
Exactly.
He did a service, and then he entertained the public in wrestling. I mean, fuck, man, he's a little kooky.
Oh, he's a lot. kooky.
Real quick before we leave, Jason Lyon, Malloy is anti-American. True or false?
True.
Is very true, and
True.
Malloy is very Malloy. Malloy is Team Malloy.
That's a new
Period.
verb. We're gonna Malloy is Malloy.
See, I don't even think. Here's the thing. I don't even think Malloy is Team Malloy. I just think he's economically stupid. He just
Amen.
does not understand economics. He's a
no.
fucking moron.
As long as he can keep making his paycheck bigger, that's what he cares about.
But here's the thing: he doesn't though. He
Here's-
gets paid the same.
here's the
but
question.
He just doesn't understand how economics works.
Here's the question
Right.
I have about Malloy, and I have this about a lot of people in the world. Does Malloy have a skeleton in the closet? And if Malloy has a skeleton in the closet that comes out, what's the excuse?
Dude, look at him. He
Malloy's-
hasn't touched pussy since he was born.
Look, Malloy has not only a skeleton, but it would be
He's
like
in a graveyard.
it would be like walking down to the scene of Jeepers Creepers, where all you see is skeleton after skeleton after fucking skeleton. This motherfucker has destroyed
It's like
lives.
walking into
Yes.
the original house in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There you go.
The original movie.
There you go.
Comment comes in. You can use Malloy as a stance for really pushing the taxation as theft, and it leads to the failure of the economy by pushing the companies out of the state.
Yeah, we've
Ed,
we've
let's
covered
go to
that.
you.
No, we've covered that before.
He's answered
We've-
everything in the statement.
No, we've said it. We've said it before. If you live in Connecticut, you know we used to be the insurance capital of the world.
You cannot
now the
tax
only 2
people
fucking
into
insurances that
prosperity.
we have are the fucking Hartford because they're fucking named after the fucking city, and I think Progressive
And the roots
or
are
one
that
of the
deep.
fucking no AT.
Oh, for health insurance?
yeah.
Aetna.
Aetna.
Actually, Aetna just pulled out of Obamacare.
Well, there you go.
So you don't
So-
even have Aetna. If you go on the
Yeah,
exchange,
so they're going to
don't
be
even have
fucking.
Aetna.
They're going to be fucking gone now too. So there you go. Fucking yeah. Malloy has pretty much fucked every small business, every major business, every insurance company.
Every citizen of the fucking
Hartford
state.
is essentially a parking lot.
Pretty much.
Pretty much every
municipal.
building out there is a fucking parking lot right now. You have hospitals that want to fucking charge for. No, Connecticut is so fucked. Malloy, you're a fucking asshole. You're not even anti-American. I can't even put you on that. You're not even fucking.
You're not anti-American.
Right.
You're pro-communism.
Yeah, you're
Pretty much.
dude. You're like, yeah, exactly.
We
You're-
said that a year ago that Malloy was a communist.
and this just goes to show you how stupid people can be and how comfortable people can be.
Correct.
This motherfucker got 2 terms of service for what? What the fuck did you do, dude? Seriously.
You know, they sent
I blame
what's
the
his name?
people of
John
Connecticut.
Rowland. They
I
sent
know, absolutely.
They
We're
sent-
so fucking comfortable. That's exactly what we
They
do.
sent
And then half
John
the people won't
Rowland
even show
to
up to
jail.
fucking row that
They
shit.
sent John Rowland to jail for doing a fraction of what Daniel Malloy has done to this state.
Well, they actually got rolling on
Well, they-
crime.
I was
Doesn't
gonna say
matter.
they found-
He did a fraction.
Here's the thing.
A fraction of what?
Malloy sucks. You're right. You're absolutely right. Malloy sucks. There's nothing illegal about what Malloy's doing.
Yeah, he's not a criminal.
John Rowland was
Unfortunately,
breaking the law.
Rowland was a criminal.
You know what's
He's-
funny? Connecticut has the most corrupt mayors, corrupt governors in history of the United States.
Because
agree.
we were the richest state at one time.
We were.
Exactly. I do emphasize were. These guys knew that.
And folks,
they knew we had a wealth in our state.
We will
and they
be
took
again.
advantage of
We
it.
will be
I
again
hope
because
so.
I'm going to get the Libertarian Party of Connecticut spokesman on the
Totally.
show.
All right,
Eddie's
man,
going
I'll
to
tell
run
you
for
what.
Eddie's
So
going
you
to
get
run for governor.
I would like to. I would. And we'll get him on the show. We'll ask him his opinion.
I
Give you
look
guys a
forward to that.
give you guys a different view. They've been hitting up the
Absolutely.
local,
exactly.
local
Not only-
town halls. There's one
not
coming
only
up in
different
Uncasville,
views,
actually.
but you guys can throw in your questions. We'll have
Right,
his fucking
right
his-
here.
right
I'm gonna start making that
Tell
happen.
your
I don't
fucking
know.
friends.
Probably next time we do a straight up politics show. We're kind of getting off the rails here, and we got to roll into Patreon.
And I got some thank yous.
Yeah, let's roll into some thank yous, and we're gonna roll into Patreon. We're gonna give you the ultimate top 10, and we'll bullshit about some other stuff.
All right. First of all, thank you to Viking Entertainment for all the great equipment.
Well, at this
thank
point, Focus Network too. 'Cause he
Focus
brings
Network.
the cameras now. He brings
Guys,
the
this
fucking.
It's
is a team
conglomerate.
effort.
Yeah,
This is a team
at
effort
this
right
point,
now.
we're scrapping. We're trying to pull whatever we have
for
around.
For a personal reason, thank you to Viking Entertainment for allowing me to sing Black Old Sun, which is now retired. No one
Again,
ever,
I brought it out of retirement one time.
is going to bring Black Old Sun
And
to
your
Viking
significant-
You know what?
Entertainment.
I'm going to show up and I'm going to request it on my birthday, so you can't deny me.
You're good. Well, that means you have to sing it.
That'd be different. Yeah, you'd have to sing. Thank you to Sublime Ink Tattoos in Groton, Connecticut. If you're ever in the area and you're in the Navy, or you're just a guy who lives here, or you're a girl who lives here, go see Falcon Dave Kovalik. Go see Dana Batts. Go see Justin Furr. And for the first time in probably 16 weeks, I'm going to ask this guy right here to say this name. You go see
Dave the Nightmare Kruger.
Tell him that the Loki and Jabroni show sent you. You might get a little knocked off the top. You might get a great tattoo. If you go see Dave Kovalik, the butt rub is free. Thank you to Sinners Inc. We fell off on Sinners Inc.
And I've been trying to get back to this, folks. If you can, take a minute, leave a review on iTunes.
Absolutely.
Push us further to the top. The downloads have been building every month, and
Starting-
it's fantastic.
The Bill Starkey one went through the roof.
Yeah, every day I watch it, and there's 2 or 3 new downloads straight down the line for all the episodes. Fantastic.
Tell your friends.
Yeah,
Big
just
thank
keep
you
sharing
to
the show.
every one of our followers since day one. A big thank you to Amy tonight for actually inviting people to the show. That was huge.
Absolutely.
Special shout out to Anna. You fucking rock, girl.
Big ups, Anna.
I love you, Booga.
You should be in bed right now because you're going to the zoo tomorrow. You should be in bed, but I love you, kid.
But everybody else, thank y'all very much. Like we said before, this is one of those things that we get the privilege.
This is a privilege.
I look forward to doing it every single week. I do. It's funny. I have people at work now. You guys still suck because you're not tuned in right now. I know you download the show and you listen then, but a little live support is also nice. You can actually get your comments in during that.
And even if you just watch live, subscribe anyway. We need the downloads.
Yeah,
so we can build the show.
Some
that
shares.
opens more opportunities for us.
Absolutely. Go to www.lokiandjabroni.com. Visit the affiliate links. Amazon, Sling, WWE, whatever. There's a lot of great ways you can support the show without donating to Patreon. We'd like you to donate to Patreon, but if you can't, go buy something off WWE.com, Amazon, Zounds, Sling TV. Go through us. Go through LokiandJabroni.com. It's very important. We'll continue to do this on a shoestring budget, but we'd love to be able to give you guys better entertainment, better video quality, better everything. It's all up to you. Without you, there's no us.
Even more shows.
Report just came in.
yeah, we talked about that. I just said the same thing.
20 dead.
It was 20 dead. You remember when you read it?
Yeah.
So that's why I said we gave the update earlier. Unfortunately, he wasn't online at the time. That's why I was saying we did a follow up. Big shout out to both Janelle and to Jason for giving us the information when it happened. If you guys did not get a chance, go check out Mr. America, Bearded Truth. He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. He's been blowing us up all night long, too, all day long. Very good political show if you guys want to check him out.
I'd love to be a guest on his show.
Yeah, I would.
I've been a guest on a show.
I would watch that.
know
Didn't go well.
I would watch
Did
that.
it not? I loved it.
The technical problems were bad.
Okay. I loved your segment.
But,
I loved your segment. I'd
guys,
love to be
seriously,
a guest on the show.
Chime in. He'll let you know what he's thinking. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. We'll see the Patreon donors.
Wednesday, we'll see you guys next week. Bob Backlund.